But they'll never take our Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in, let's go! Oh yeah! My name is Brian, that is Shane. You are watching The BRANE Show. Sorry, John is not here today. He is doing an episode of Wedding Crashers.
Yes, he is, and hopefully he's having a good time. But he'll be back again with us next week. Thank you all for being here. Hope you've had a great week. It's been an interesting time. We've got so much stuff we're going to talk about today. Brian, how was your week?
You know, not bad. Just working hard, you know. I find it very interesting that my my house is currently, what's the word, quarantined? Like, what's the word you would use?
I believe they don't want you to leave is the right word.
Yeah. All right, let me show you guys something.
Yeah, you've been on house arrest all week.
Sorry, my throat. So it's funny because I told Shane, hey, I gotta go do my day job for a little while because I've spent the last couple weeks working on our video stuff that I'm I need money. YouTube does not pay as much as people think it does. So I'm like, I gotta go do my day job, and I woke up on Monday, and this is what I woke up to at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious how
that's my car to the right, by the way, and my entire street is just wrecked.
Yeah, it looks like a Roblox video game, if I'm being honest, where people have just put all their stuff behind you. Yeah, no, it's interesting how the city will just do this stuff and say, "Oh, we told you guys. We put a sign on the corner of the street and said, hey, it's going to be closed."
They put a sign on one corner. Like, I come from this way. I don't know if you can see it, but I come from this way, and they put a sign on this side. Well, I come from this way. I'm never going to go the other way and see that sign. There's no way for me to know that I will be trapped in my home all weekend.
Excellent. Well, I am, and thank you, member, for 7 months. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Thank you so much, Anthony, for putting that out. It is Mother's Day weekend, so thank you so much. And Not My Watch says thank you so much, Anthony Mark, with $1.99. Thank you so much for that, Christy. Appreciate you guys. It is Mother's Day weekend. I hope you guys are all treating your moms and wives and any woman in your life who's a mother well. I will dedicate my entire day tomorrow to my wife. So she gives me today to do a show. Tomorrow is her day.
But listen, if you're not a mother, you don't get a free pass, just like we don't on Father's Day. I'm just saying. Okay?
You don't get a free pass.
Look, just because you have a uterus doesn't mean you get celebrated on Mother's Day, okay? Just like on Father's Day, just because you have a penis doesn't mean you get celebrated. You have to have put the work in, okay?
You need to have made the sacrifice, and trust me, having children is a sacrifice.
Yes.
So, congratulations to all you moms out there for another year. Well done. Also,
my wife was like, "Don't forget to get flowers for the kids." I'm like, "They're not mothers. They're not getting flowers from me. No, they're not. No. They're. It's not Women's Day. It's Mother's Day."
You know, it's funny. I have a huge problem with flowers on Mother's Day because the reality is the flower game is the game to be in, guys. Like, if I send flowers to my mom who lives halfway across the country, it's going to cost me $150. That's just what it is. That's what it's going to cost. So, and they're going to die within like a week. So I've stopped doing the flower thing. I might do some local flowers for my wife, but I usually try to find a nice gift that I can probably spend half of the money on and get twice the amount of love. So
I cannot figure out what to get my wife. In fact, if anyone has suggestions in the chat, I can't figure out what like after the show today. I have to. That's my thing. I gotta go figure it out.
When all else fails, create an AI song for her. There you go.
No, she
make it personal.
No, she knows it's too easy for me.
You can't do that. You are the one person who can't do that.
I'm the one person who can't do it.
Yeah,
because she's like, you could do this in your sleep.
Yeah. I usually do a barbecue. That's the thing I do.
A barbecue, huh?
I barbecue for my wife, and then we play games with the kids. That's what we do pretty much every year. So we had some good stuff today. We did watch the new Mortal Kombat 2 movie, and we're going to be reviewing that. We've got some social Twitter argument fighting stuff we're going to talk about today with Friday Night Tights and the quartering. Very interesting stuff that came down. We've got all kinds of stuff. UFO disclosure files just came out with is it a banger? Is it not? We're going to talk about that. What am I missing here, Brian?
Yeah, you got the Department of War stuff, right?
Yep.
You got the social, you got the drama. Don't forget Spirit Airlines went bankrupt. There's a huge push to buy Spirit Airlines. Like regular people pulling their money to buy the meme airline. So
I think you tried to buy it, right? You're going to show us that.
Oh, I actually have a. I'm a proud founding member of the Let's Buy Spirit Air program. Fantastic.
Yeah, we have. We also had some interesting stuff. Kevin Hart was complaining about YouTubers taking away TV from people with multi-millions of dollars. That might be fun to talk about, as well as a bunch of other things. So.
Yeah. So overall, it's going to be a good day, man. All right. Well, let's jump into the cover thing here. Let me just pull it up.
Oh, one more piece of news. One more piece of information. Brian and I did do we recorded a segment with David from Dial the Gate this week, and that'll be airing in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are Stargate fans and you want to get more detailed information about that, we did a whole segment with him, which was a ton of fun. You'll see that over on his channel. We'll also be doing our members epilogue on the podcast for our Stargate documentary. If you haven't gone to see the Stargate documentary, you should check it out. It's really good. We're getting great feedback. And we're going to be doing a members epilogue early this week, which does all the behind the scenes and tells you how we made it. And so join us for that over on the other channel.
Also, if you want to support us, then hit up mixtees.com. And you can buy anything there with the coupon code BRANE. Or if you want to be very specifically supporting the BRANE Show, go to the BRANE link right here. It's mixtees.com/BRANE Show and buy something cool there. But really, anything you buy on Mixtees is a huge support to us. Alrighty, let's talk about. Wait, let me start the clip here.
It's funny how your voice does that thing where it just goes away in the middle of what you're trying to say.
Sorry. Stop talking. All right. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2, hell of a film. What a ride. I did get to watch this in Screen X. And,
you did?
Yeah, and I have a lot to say about this weird format, and I'm not actually, I don't know if I'm sold on it. It's actually...
That's a Cinemark experience, right?
It's a Cinemark experience. Here's the types of ways you can watch this film. Screen X, D-Box, 4DX, and XD. And XD is like a big screen. It's sort of like it's like Cinemark's version of IMAX a little bit. 4DX is like a spectrum. It's like a Regal thing, I think. And that one's like, it's like a ride where like I think it's Regal, right?
No, it's Cinemark. Yeah, the D-Box.
No, 4DX.
I haven't seen 4DX. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so 4DX is not Cinemark. So 4DX is I believe it's Regal, or the same company that owns IMAX. And if you get 4DX, that one's really like in your face, like you're in a set of 4 chairs, and the 4 chairs are moving like a ride.
It's Regal. Yeah,
it's Regal, right?
We don't have that anywhere near me, so I don't know. That's interesting.
And then going to a minimal version of that is D-Box, which is Cinemark, and instead of like you sitting in a group of 4, it's like 4DX is literally like 4 people and 4 chairs, and the 4 chairs are moving like a roller coaster. D-Box is you're in one chair, and that one chair moves a little bit, vibrates a little bit. Honestly, not very impressive.
Actually, kind of annoying, to be honest with you. It's like, yeah.
Right. If you experienced 4DX and then went to D-Box, you'd be like, why is my taint being tickled at random intervals? It just doesn't feel special. And then there's a new thing at Cinemark specifically, and so you guys know what IMAX is. I don't need to explain that, but it's called ScreenX, and that's when the images are on opposite sides of the theater as well. And I'm going to show you guys an example of that. I took this picture literally in the theater. And it's like they project images or video on the sides. God, man, my throat's messed up today. Onto the sides of the theater as well.
Yeah, to me, it looks a little bit overwhelming. So how did it feel to you?
Overwhelming.
Just looking at pictures seems overwhelming.
Bro, it is. Okay, listen. This sounds like such a good idea, but I don't think it is. Like, think about this. Oh, we have this real estate we're not using in our theaters. We can, expand the image or the video and like give people peripheral vision or whatever. That sounds like a really cool idea. And then you get in there and it is distracting. Not only is it not on for the actual movie, I couldn't take a picture of the movie because like the weird ushers would have jumped me and just beat the crap out of me. They're super hyperbolic. I took a picture of that right before the movie during like the trailer part. The Mortal Kombat, it's not even on the entire Mortal Kombat. Like some scenes don't have it for some reason. And then when it's missing, you're like, where did the picture go? Because like for some reason it just doesn't show up for some scenes. In most of the Outworld scenes it's there. And then also I have a sneaky suspicion that they took the ultra wide format, okay? And then they just zoomed in until it was 16:9 aspect ratio on the screen, and then the sides of that format were just stretched back onto the walls. And I have that suspicion because I'm thinking the movie theater, are the movie studios creating ScreenX versions just for them?
No
way.
There are IMAX cameras, but that's about it.
Right. So, and they say they try to tell people that's happening, but I think that's very limited. I think maybe in some animated features, maybe they create ScreenX versions, but for the majority of this, I'm telling you right now, if you look at this, I'm pretty sure that instead of a 21:6, whatever, the ultra wide aspect ratio you normally get from a movie, like it's been, scaled up until you're seeing 16:9 like normal widescreen TV format on the big screen, on the screen in front of you, and the sides have just been stretched. I've just been stretched back. And while it's definitely something you should experience on your own, because it's very interesting. Because it's so interesting, like when you see the big bad guy walking toward Katana, like you can see him out of the corner of your eye for a minute before he comes onto the frame, which is really weird because like you're not used to that. But then because it's not consistent, also some parts don't have it, and those screens are, remember, they're not black anymore. They're like a reflective material for the projector. Well, now everything from the screen is just like throwing light onto the sidewalls, like ambient light or something. And it's very weird. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. But we're not here to talk about ScreenX. We're talking about Mortal Kombat. I just wanted you to know that I experienced it. What? I can't hear you. Your mic just turned off.
How was your Mortal Kombat experience on ScreenX?
I don't know.
Do you think it raised the elevation or no?
That's what I want to talk about, because I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a ScreenX one more time to get on another movie to get another experience. But I would like to almost go watch Mortal Kombat again in regular
to see the difference. Right?
To see the difference.
Okay.
To see if there's a difference. The movie itself was very fun, but I was very distracted by the sidewalls. Like, bro, I kept looking to the right and left.
Somebody was attacking you?
Because there was random, like, like light things going off, and my peripheral vision's picking it up. Dude, I'm ex-military. I'm a man with kids. I'm like, my head's on a swivel, dude, and I'm not expecting random things to be shown. And it's not even important stuff. It's like, oh, the torch from something in one of the arenas, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's bright, and it's like right here in your face, and you're trying to focus, and like there's this random torch or whatever off screen.
Yeah.
I don't think they made extra frames for this movie for Screen X. I think they just scaled it up until the middle was 16:9, which is what people expect. Yeah. And the extra 21 point whatever, I think that just trailed off. And that's, I don't know how I feel about it. But the movie itself, I very much enjoyed. It felt like a 90s movie, like for sure.
Okay. It felt like a 90s movie. Interesting you should say that. Okay. So let's get your first thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2.
It's better than Mortal Kombat 1. Much, much better. It's probably the best Mortal Kombat film.
Okay.
Is it a good movie?
All right.
No. Not a good or bad. It just it is what it is. Right?
Okay. Yeah,
it's very much Johnny Cash.
I'm going to give you an interesting point of view on this. So I took my 2 teenage sons to go see Mortal Kombat 2 last night. And so we sat there and watching the movie, and, you know, action was good. It was pretty good. At the end of the movie, my oldest son says, I just feel like we're missing something. Like, it just feels like there's something's wrong. Like there's information missing and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that my whole problem with the movie as I'm watching it is that I don't understand any of it.
It's a sequel.
To which I realize that the way this movie was marketed, I totally forgot about the first one. Like, this was the Carl Urban show, right? This movie. And so I was all excited about seeing Carl Urban. Now, what you guys don't know about me is that in the 90s, when everybody was playing Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis, I was playing Super Nintendo and Madden, whatever that Madden game was at the time.
Gross.
I wasn't playing Sega games. And
you're one of those nerds, bro.
So here's the thing. I was a sports guy. I didn't really dig. I'm a little bit older, right? So it's like I was playing some Street Fighter. I was not big into Mortal Kombat. So anyways, my friends were. They loved it. I watched a bunch of it. I was familiar with it. But when the 2021 movie came out, right, during COVID and all that stuff was going on, we didn't go see it at the theater, right, because COVID stuff was going on. And it got really bad reviews right out the gates. And I remember thinking, shit, I got to go watch that. But I never got to it.
Oh, no.
So
you watched 2 without watching 1?
So, yeah. So what happened was, watch this. I went and watched 2 without watching 1. And so the whole time I'm sitting here taking notes, and I'm like, I'm going to fry this movie. Now, hold on. I'm going to fry this movie was my immediate thought. And I'm like, I really love Carl Urban. I love him so much. I love him in everything. He elevates the movie in such a way, but I don't know what the hell's going on. I get out and I'll suddenly dawn on me. I'm like, Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh my God.
Go home and put on the first Mortal Kombat. And now I get it. So now I understand the backstory on all the other characters.
Oh, wow.
There are problems between 1 and 2 because they made some serious course corrections making the second movie. I now have a whole picture of the whole thing. It can give you an accurate breakdown. So.
Interesting, because I thought to myself, you literally yesterday, hey, I need to watch Mortal Kombat 1 again to get a refresher. And
you did.
And that's what I did.
When I tweeted out about it, I said, listen, you must watch the first movie if you're going to watch this movie. A lot of sequels will give you 5 minutes of backstory to catch you up. Not this one.
Nope.
So you're coming in cold. You got to know.
No, this one is literally like it starts right after the last one ends, essentially.
It does.
Like within weeks of each other.
Well, and the last one ends with Cole saying he's going to Hollywood to get Johnny Cage.
Right.
So, which makes sense. Now, that's not what ends up happening, and they end up changing some things. And obviously, the Cole the created Cole character, which was
Sucks.
not good in the first movie, is summarily dismissed in the second movie pretty quickly. So it's an interesting take. My overall take on this movie
They really did fix things. Like the things that I didn't like about the first one, they just got rid of in the second one.
absolutely. So there is some story issues. So the transference of the Mortal Kombat symbol
Yeah,
on the fighters that have been chosen.
that's from the first one. Yeah,
Right, that's one thing that's gone. But also gone is a lot of the crappy graphics from the first movie. I feel like they really upscaled the CGI in this one.
bro, the sets are like so much better. It's like, so the first one, you felt like two people were fighting on a green screen, right?
Right.
And everything around it was like just sort of patched together, like digital bricks. This
felt
one,
like the video game.
yeah, this one felt like the video game,
Right.
but the sets felt big. Like,
It wasn't just like they're on a stretch. Like in the game, they're on a
Right.
walkway. It was them facing each other. This one had a full room. So the Spike room is a great one, where Red Sonja is that her name? What's the blonde one's name? Sonya Blade. Where Sonya Blade is fighting one of her fights, they actually have the entire room. They utilize the
zombie
entire
blood,
room,
right?
as opposed to it being a 2D like the game, which I think they tried to do in the first
But then
movie.
the sets also feel bigger, like much bigger. Like there's more going on. It's almost like the first one ran out of money, you know, for like digital creation, VFX or whatever, and like so like they tried to like they push things in the background. This one didn't. Like the palace felt big. That one room
Raiden's palace was good.
Yeah, in the Liu Kang room where he fought with the guy that died, I forget his name, with the red and the blue, like galactic, you know, whatever. Huge.
Oh, when he was fighting his brother?
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah.
It was huge. It felt immersive. Even the land with the Braca character, which was silly as hell. But even that felt.
Oh, that was actually the best part of the movie to me.
No, the character was silly. I like the part of the. I like that.
The
part
whole
of the movie.
with Carl with Johnny Cage fighting
Right.
him and not getting called out. That was great. That was the best part of the whole movie for me. So
Braca looks silly as hell to me, but it's a fun character. But their land or whatever, like where they live, it looks good. Like the set, it looks practical and real. Like these sets look very, very good.
yeah, I was really, really impressed. And now that I've seen both of them, I was able to actually accurately go in and talk about it. And the second movie is such an upgrade over the first movie in so many ways. And, you know, you put Carl Urban in something and he's just going to elevate it.
Yeah.
You know, but one thing that disappointed me a little bit is I was under the impression, and I don't want to spoil too much here for you guys if you're going to go see it, but I was under the impression that this was going to be a Carl Urban centered movie.
Oh yeah, it's not.
And it's not. And also, this is only
He's the
second-
audience.
He's the audience, and he's a side character. Now, going into the final movie, he should be more of a main character.
Right.
They paid him enough; they better do it. But I was a little disappointed that I didn't get more Johnny Cage, I guess, in this movie, and we
Really?
ended up with a different hero than I expected. Although it made sense, they set up the movie appropriately for it.
Right.
It just, after going back to watch the first movie, the two didn't connect well for me. Like the two movies don't connect. The story of Outworld, I kind of didn't understand why this other world was having its own tournament when the first movie was all about Earth's tournament with Outworld, I guess.
Well, that was like a flashback.
Right. It was a flashback, right? And so apparently the girl, so it was a little convoluted for me a little bit, but I think they had to elevate it.
I think they're like, we got to fix, like this has to be a sequel, and we have to fix things from the first movie. What are things we can take out that sucked, that people won't notice? And what can we add in that will elevate this story in a way that won't be totally out of place, and we can fulfill the promise of the end of that movie in some way?
Yeah, the first note. Remove Louis Tan because Cole Young sucks. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and like remove this arcane stuff. Like
the arcane stuff was interesting. Yeah, so like
it's a cool concept that like if you get chosen by the elder gods to be a champion, then you get a power. That's a cool idea. Except for like the way they did it felt like a MacGuffin almost. Like everyone's trying to get to their arcane. It should just be like an automatic thing where it just comes when you need it or whatever. They focus too much on the arcane stuff.
But they did still follow the idea that you can't just unlock your arcane, your gift, your special, until something occurs, and that even happens for Carl Urban in this movie. So
until you have some kind of breakthrough or whatever,
some sort of breakthrough, some sort of situation, which I mean is kind of a cool idea and not something that, it is a great backstory. I think the real shame of this is that I think the Simon McQuad, who's the director, he did the first movie and the second movie. I think he's gonna do the whole trilogy. I think he's trying really hard to embrace the game and also, create kind of an interesting backstory, because the reality is the story they've created around this game is actually really fascinating. Like the concept of elder gods, different realms, these tournaments. I mean, it's got like, it really could be a badass thing if they handle it properly. And I think this movie gets better. Apparently it's supposed to be, the first movie was pre-tournament, the second movie was tournament, the third movie is post-tournament. You get a lot of characters who die and come back.
The pre-movie, the pre-tournament, that was also confusing.
It was confusing, right? Why was there? Yeah, and then also the main character of
they really wanted to jump into Scorpion versus Sub-Zero in that movie so badly.
Of course,
that they rushed. That they rushed through like the tournament stuff, and really what they should have done is just like in this movie, it should be a flavor. Like the whole movie shouldn't be Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. They were just trying to in the first movie we need to get to Sub-Zero versus Scorpion right away. You're like, whoa, hold up.
Well, maybe you don't kill Scorpion.
Yeah,
sorry, spoilers if you didn't see the first movie.
Yeah, don't kill the character.
Maybe you don't kill him in the first 5 minutes of the movie. But don't kill people's most favorite character, arguably, right? The get over here character.
Yeah. Scorpion, right?
Scorpion. That's what everybody loves. Get over here.
Get over here. It's the coolest thing ever.
Sub-Zero was probably.
I'm sorry, I get chills. Like in the second movie when
they did it right.
They did it so right.
The first movie they didn't do it right.
No, it was
the second movie
good.
They did it right.
Yeah, Lord right. Scorpion does have to die because he does need to be from the Netherrealm. But
is that part of the game lore?
Yes. Okay. His story is tragic. He's 100% right. But they sidelined him. They sidelined him the whole movie. So like, go ahead and kill him. Give me the tragic story. Maybe the first movie should have been entirely about him. Then don't do the tournament.
Yeah. Don't do the tournament.
Maybe the first movie should be completely about Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
That would have been cool. Like a Sub-Zero Scorpion movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Just that. Cool. Just that. Just give me that.
1400s and then move it forward.
Because that's really the most important part. Like, that's the part. The other stuff is really important, galactic ending stuff. But the personal story is the characters. In fact, if you want to make a good, I'll tell you right now, studios, you want to make a good Mortal Kombat franchise, ready? Do exactly what Marvel did. And focus on individual characters. And then you know what the team up is, right? You know what the Avengers movie is? The championship.
The championship, yeah. Perfect.
It's not that hard. This is not a hard concept. Too late now.
Right. I mean, imagine a Johnny Cage. I mean, honestly, I thought I was going to get a Johnny Cage movie, kind of. When I was going into this, which is why you
could make 12 movies in a row, and like every like 6 movies, like do a team up movie with the championship. Like you could keep this thing going for 25 years if you just do it right. I mean, like honestly, this could be the biggest franchise of all time, bigger than comics, bigger than DC, bigger than Marvel. If you actually just followed the formula that Marvel already put in place.
You know how many different franchises could do the same thing? They just refuse to do it. I don't know why.
And the crazy part is, like, comic books and look, Mortal Kombat is just a comic book movie. That's all it is. Like, yes, it's based on a game, but it's literally super powered good guys versus super powered bad guys. This is not rocket science to me. It's not. It's just so easy. Like, I need to get money and run a studio. Like, for the love of God. I'd be like, guys, what are you doing? Stop. All right, we got the champion. Let's do a soft reset. Okay, you guys won the championship. Earth is good, right? So how long is Earth good for? All right, at least this much time. Okay, like, does that track lore wise? Can we shove that into the lore to make that work, and so nerds won't lose their mind? Okay, cool. Now, let's start with Johnny Cage, and let's tell Johnny Cage's story. Let's tell Sonya Blade's story, and Jax will be a part of that, sort of the same way, like, you know, the Hulk was part of another one's story.
Yeah.
Like, sort of, like, combine the characters that are too weak on their own, you know, push the characters forward that have a lot of aura, like Hanzo and Scorpion. Like, let's keep Cole dead. He sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get
Well,
Jade.
Cole's not an actual character, by the way. Cole's not.
He's not from the games, right?
Let's
get Jade, and let's give her hair. Okay. So when she was bad Jade, she had no hair, but now she's good Jade. She needs to have hair. All right. Let's tell individual stories, and then what's the guy's name? Shao Kahn, or what's the other guy? The one that's gonna take over, the one that's really gonna cause trouble coming up.
They want the big bad from this movie.
Shang Tsung, whatever his name is.
This could be fun trying to figure these names out.
So the guy who's going to take over,
it's Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Shao Kahn was the big bad in this movie, but there's going to be, the next movie will be another guy. I forgot his name.
I don't like how the sorcerer was relegated, and I didn't understand, like, the sorcerer is the main bad in the first movie, and now he's a minion of Shao Kahn in this movie, and I don't know how that happened or who Shao Kahn even is. He seemed to be carrying the same weapon as the guy in the first movie who got defeated and was really cheesy. He got defeated by I can't remember, Jax maybe. So I was a little confused on that whole, like, where does Shao Kahn come from? He's not in the first movie, right?
I'm looking right now.
He's the big bad in this movie. And the warlock, or the wizard, or whatever he is, he actually works for him, and he's kind of being held in place, put in place. You know, that he almost takes the amulet and he gets stopped. Or
I don't know. The Cole Young thing always throws me off. He's like, they always put him at the top of the call sheet and, like, get out of here. You're not important.
Yeah, the Cole Young. Yeah, he had to be in this movie, but
yeah, I know, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm not even knocking, like, the actor. I'm sure he's fine, but the character doesn't belong in these movies. So there's so many other characters in the movies. You don't need to add more, guys.
There are so many characters, and I get it. Like, you got all these side game characters. While you're looking at that, I will say, like, the stuff they do with Kung Lao. If you watch the first movie, and he's the guy with the hat, you know, the hat throwing guy.
Yeah.
He actually, there's a super emotional scene in that one between him.
Shao Kahn's the Emperor of Outworld. That's true. So we didn't meet him in the first movie.
See him in the first movie,
right. But it
made it seem like the Emperor, or the wizard
was Shang Tsung.
What's his name?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. Okay.
Shang Tsung.
Yes, Shang Tsung. He was the he seemed like he was in charge in the first movie, but I guess he was an underling.
Yeah, I think he is going to be in charge in the third one. I think he's the one who takes, in the game, if I recall correctly, he can, like, steal your abilities, right?
Yeah, he steals your soul, right?
Right. So he should be the guy. He should be the guy just in charge.
Yeah. So I get they had the second one, and they did an interesting story. Listen, the story for the second one by itself is good.
Right.
Like, there's a hero's journey involved with one of the characters, and it's actually quite interesting. There's emotional elevations in this movie. Like I was saying, the character between Kung Lao and Liu Kang. There's a nice emotional moment there. There's some good connections. There's more humor.
But guys, if you did not watch the first movie, you have no idea why Liu Kang is so distraught over fighting Kung Lao.
Yes, you don't know.
You have no idea. And first off, and that fight is so good.
Yeah,
It's
really
so good. And the guy who plays Liu Kang really has this like emotional resonance where like every move he does, he feels like he doesn't want to be doing what he's doing, but he's got to survive. He clearly outclasses his brother. But if you don't watch the first movie, you have no idea why.
So lost. I was so lost.
You're just so lost. You're like, why is he so upset about fighting this zombie guy?
I'm like, what's up with this movie? Anyways, my bad. I did get both of them. I think I have a good. Listen, if you've already seen the first movie, what I'll say is you'll enjoy going to see the second movie. In my opinion, I think it's fun. There's some great elements to it. If you haven't seen the first movie, you may not want to watch 4 hours of Mortal Kombat together. I'm not sure. It might be worth staying home and streaming it, to be honest with you. I don't think this is a must-see in the theater movie, even though I do want people to go see movies in the theater as much as possible. That was my take on it, Brian. Do you think this is a must-see in the theater movie?
That's a hard one because like it is good in the theater.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as Masters of the Universe will be as well.
Right.
But, you know, like it is high action, high graphics, high things. If you want that experience, I would say yes. But
like, I gotta be honest, like that shot when Scorpion, and it's so fucking cool. When the guy basically comes out of like retirement. So sorry, here's a spoiler, guys.
It's like
so they go in another realm to find Scorpion essentially because they need to find this MacGuffin. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but there's a MacGuffin they need to find.
It's a medallion.
Stop. That's a hard spoiler, dude.
Guys, sorry, man. Not really. Actually, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not in the movie. It's not in the trailer. It's in the games, right?
It's in the game. I'll tell you because
but based on the second you say that, like, do they know what game that they're following now?
I'm just saying because of the first movie, it doesn't to me seem that way. But go ahead.
Anyways, they go to find Scorpion. They need his help basically finding this MacGuffin, and Scorpion is like in hell essentially, but his mind is so powerful. He has warped hell from a nightmare into like a paradise,
into his home village where his wife and son were.
And it's very cool until they bring up the fact that Sub-Zero is back in town. And then everything goes back into nightmare fuel. Mm-hmm. And then he goes back from like this peaceful warrior in a garden to a warrior in full metal armor. And that's the setup. And then there's this moment where he's just like blind fury and rage, wants to kill this Sub-Zero guy who's even in hell, he still hates him.
Like he wants to kill him again.
He wants to kill him again. He wants to kill him as many times as he can. And he throws the
chain with with
the lance with the hook. He throws the hook, and it's like get over. And it's like,
and it was like game, get over here.
And it's the game, and he uses his body to basically pull himself forward. And when he does that, he pulls Sub-Zero's soul out of his body. Essentially,
it was cool.
Very, very cool.
It was a really cool scene, and though I will say though, a little bit of hair dye coloring. See, when the guy was killed, it was 1400. I don't think you age in hell. I could be wrong on this one, but he had a bunch of gray hair in his beard, and I'm like, he could have.
So that also that's the one thing too. Like, so you can't do Mortal Kombat without Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Okay, that's just a fact.
True. And
the games figured that out. When they tried to do a game without Sub-Zero and Scorpion, it didn't work. So what they did is they cannot continue the same character forever. So they do have other people that take over the mantle of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Like a descendant of Scorpion and descendants of Sub-Zero. And there's ways canonically to really make that work in a way that's actually interesting, where you can end up having both those brothers on the same side at some point. Because different people will take over those monikers.
They just poor casting doesn't help.
Right.
So that was the first movie. I mean, because it was an interesting idea.
I think Hanzo. I think the guy who plays, I think Hanzo is actually an amazing Scorpion, but he's very old.
He's a great. Oh no, he's a fantastic Scorpion. Yeah,
yeah.
He's just too old. It would be tough to. Yeah, exactly.
So
he was fantastic in The Last Samurai.
I think you should watch it in the theater if you get a chance to, but do not watch this before watching the first one. Even if you watched the first one 3 years ago, like watch the first one again. This movie takes place right after the first movie, and there's no like last night on or last week on. It just starts as if you just walked out of the first movie and now you're walking into the second movie.
I feel so bad that I did to my kids. My kids are like, "What's going? What? I don't understand." I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys.
That sucks. Yeah, see, I was aware of that, and I made sure.
I remember it. I remember I was supposed to go back and watch it. But this movie, let me tell you what, the marketing on this was so great.
Right.
Now listen, you're going to be disappointed if you love the trailer for this and you go see the movie. I'm sorry, a little bit. There's a little bit of what DC did with
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. A little bit in this one because this trailer is so good. You get almost all the good Johnny Cage parts in the trailer. And when the movie comes out, it's, there's not a whole lot more than that, in my opinion. So I do feel like you might be a little disappointed that it's not more Carl Urban centric. At least
I'll push back on that, and I say you didn't get any of Kano in the trailer, and Kano is great in the second movie.
I don't like Kano.
He's great in the second movie.
My
only criticism is you have the perfect opportunity to give him a robot eye, and you didn't. What were you thinking? That is Kano. That is so Kano's entire backstory is the robot eye.
Right.
What? But I'm not. He was good. He had great one-liners.
I gotta admit that moment was weird. Like when I won't spoil it for anybody. And actually, we probably already spoiled it. They didn't know Kano came back. Well, I guess it's in the IMDb. But do they show Kano in the trailer?
No.
I think we just ruined it, guys. We have spoiled the shit out of the movie. I am so sorry. We will put a spoiler warning.
Sorry, but he's in the movie. So Kano and Carl Urban together, like those two, Josh Lawson, and Carl Urban together have really cool chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah.
Like for sure. They play off each other really well, and they do this little buddy cop thing, this MacGuffin thing that I'm not going to get into.
MacGuffin. I love how you use that word.
It's a MacGuffin. My biggest problems, okay, were that I feel like the pacing was a little bit off in how long it took the B story to catch up to the A story. You know what I'm talking about at the end?
Sure. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And like you felt like the A story would have been gone over a long time before the B story caught up.
Yep.
So they should have paced that differently. That felt too much to me. I did not like the character of Jade. I called it 2 years ago when we saw the first trailer. I said, I do not want Jade with a buzz cut. It's stupid. It's stupid, and you shouldn't do it. And just like I predicted then, I was right now. Now the character itself was fine. She was cool. She had cool stuff. Great. Yeah, she did good, but poor casting. At least with the hair, dude.
The look didn't make you feel, and it's a big deal when you're watching a movie based on a game. Like they have to look like the character,
right? Now, Katana did look like her character.
She did perfectly.
Jax looked like his character. Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, everyone else looked great. Jade looked ridiculous.
Cole Young. Oh, sorry, didn't exist.
Cole Young. You know who really looked ridiculous? The Necromancer. Didn't look anything like he looks in the game. He looked
that was weird. He looked like a joke. It looked like a joke, and they treated it like a joke.
He looked like a gimp, like a gimp from like a BDSM dungeon.
Yeah,
it was weird. So that makeup was really bad. He didn't look like the swole character you get in the games. He didn't move like that character. That was bad casting. The Jade hair was a bad decision. I like pretty much everything else. And like this movie is definitely it's a much better than the first movie. But in order to get the story right, you have to watch the first movie.
Yeah, if you guys do watch it, the Baraka Johnny Cage scene's the best, I think, in the whole movie.
It's very good, and like the relationship they have, you do not see it coming. It's it's very funny and sort of heartwarming.
I want to watch a third one. Now this might indicate to you. So like I walked out of this going, I want to watch a third one, even though I hadn't seen the first one and I was confused. I wanted to see, and frankly speaking, that adding that Carl Urban spice to this franchise was like incredibly important.
Right.
Like I wouldn't have, if there was a continuation from 1 to 2 based on some of these characters and we didn't get a Carl Urban, I might be feeling a lot differently. I can't tell you enough how much he adds to this franchise. And I think they know it, but coming into the third movie, they're going to have to amp up his role a little bit more.
Yeah. And I believe that they're going to see, and no offense to Jessica McNamee or whatever her name is. McNamee? Is it McNamee? I can't pronounce it. The actress that plays Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade is just not okay. Yeah. She's just not a very interesting character. She just never has been. Even
they couldn't replace her. She was good enough in the first movie that they could not replace her in the second, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you do, but like I'm saying you need to minimize her involvement, that character's involvement.
Yes, bring it way down.
Bring it way down. In fact, I would even say like Jax is a cooler character than she is.
Well, he's dead now, so
he's dead.
I guess you can bring him back.
Talk about a spoiler, bro. You just said what character died.
I'm so sorry. Listen, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at this. The problem is what do you do when the movie's already released? You're a few days in.
You just said the character died.
Well, you shouldn't have said it. Would be really cool.
Oh my gosh. I'm okay.
I blame you.
This is Mortal Kombat. People can be brought back to life. Okay, it's very.
This is true. I was going to say one more thing is that besides Carl Urban, I think the best character in the game, the best character in the movie is Lord Raiden's character. He is such a perfect representation. I think he was in the first movie. I think he's a perfect representation for the game, played by Tadanubu Asano. He really embodies, I think, that character and is just really fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. That moment when he's like, the guy's like, you should be dead. He goes, you should run.
You should run. Right.
Very cool. And the lightning's like, he's like, you should run. I was like, yeah. Yeah, listen, guys, I think you should watch it in theaters, but watch the first movie first. And, if you don't got the scratch for that, then just, when you go to watch it, like sit down in the afternoon and watch both movies. Or at least watch them like within a week of each other, I guess. Like they're so connected. And it's just a weird situation where Mortal Kombat 1, it sort of sucks. It has really cool characters and cool ideas, but in a really rotten wrapper. And this movie takes that and makes it so much better, but it still has to deal with some of those rotten elements, and there's no way around it. So I expect the third movie to be so much better. In fact, the third movie is being helmed by the guys that are making the second movie, which means that we should get a better movie.
Yeah,
because they're farther away from the toxic elements of the first movie.
It's not great cinema, but it is a fun outing. How about that?
Yeah, it is, and that's it. That's 40 minutes on Mortal Kombat. We spoiled the hell out of it. Sorry, guys.
We'll put for those live viewers. Sorry, guys.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments and in the chat and all that stuff. Have you watched it? Are you going to watch it? Are you watching it in theaters? Are you going to watch one? Or are you going to go on Raw Dog with no knowledge of the story? Let us know in all of the places that you would let us know at.
No one normal is going to do that.
Jeez, we ruined this segment.
No, you know what? People will appreciate.
God, we're like amateurs
on it. Listen, I should do a poll here.
I'm embarrassed for us.
Are you upset with Shane for spoiling?
You just kept spoiling it too. You were like, I mean, like,
not on purpose.
Every time I purposely said something that wasn't a spoiler, you would be like, "Yeah, but then," and here's the spoiler.
Oh, you're so right. You know what? I've been screwed since I started it. When I went and watched it, realizing, I don't know if I'm getting older. I mean, I should have. It's Mortal Kombat 2, man. Why didn't I even consider watching the first one? before going into it. I don't know why I felt like it was going to be a standalone.
It's weird. You know what's funny is I actually meant to text you on Wednesday too when you said you're going to go see it on Thursday.
Yeah.
I meant to text you, hey, don't forget, watch the first one. I was like, oh, he knows watch the first one.
I wish you'd said that. I wish you'd said that. My kids would be so much happier with me right now.
I literally said to myself, he knows to watch the first one. Of course he's seen the first one. He's not going to go watch a sequel without watching.
COVID was a weird time, man. I mean, it was so many weird things happened, and we didn't. My God, I don't even think I even finished Tenet, to be honest with you. So it's like,
here, you guys want to see the difference in Jade's? It's wild.
Yes.
Wild. Wild, bro.
Even I remember Jade was the most attractive character.
Smoking hot, bro. Right. All right, here's the difference. There's Jade in the games, her various incarnations. Just voluptuous, skin-clad, long, dark hair, right?
Which makes you wonder, why do you think they shaved
And there's the one for the movie.
Why do you think they shaved her head?
I don't know, dude.
Let's ask the question.
I think because she had a shaved head in Last of Us, and they just kept it going or something, maybe.
In what? She was in Last of Us?
She was in Last of Us. She was in Last of Us. She had a shaved head, and they just sort of kept her head shaved. Like, she could have played that character if you gave her long hair.
How about put her in a wig, guys? It wouldn't have been that hard.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't give her hair. I don't.
So here's the answer. It's actually shaved to represent the extreme torture, pain, and servitude she endured under Shao Kahn.
Oh, so maybe she has long hair in the third movie.
Cool. Okay.
Because now, remember, she broke her staff.
Yeah, she broke the staff
and revealed her Jade.
Let's not spoil any more of it outside of that.
Oh my God! I just did it again. We are bad at this.
Not just me.
We're so bad at this. Good Lord, man. Okay.
That was great.
All right,
John. We need you, John. We're screwing it up.
All right, we're going to talk about alien stuff here in a second, but first, let's talk about a little bit of YouTube drama. Let me start this up. Before we get into aliens and UFOs and the government's UFO Transparency Act, let's talk about some YouTube drama, because some of our friends and acquaintances are involved in this YouTube drama. And right now, if you guys know, Jeremy from the Quartering, who is, I think, a good guy, who is being...
What's the right word?
I don't know what the right word is.
I think the right word here is everybody's being a little hyperbolic.
Right, and there are people that have no knowledge of this whatsoever that are throwing their... two cents and their thoughts into the arena as if they have a skin in the game.
Why don't you break it down, what's happening, and then we can talk about it a little bit.
All right.
So, I've got a little information, whatever you want to.
Okay, so let's. You want to set it up? Like what?
Yeah, I'll set it up. Okay. So, Jeremy with the Quartering has come under fire recently from people. Apparently, there were some channels that were trying to dig deep into this guy's life and find out what's really going on with him. They wanted to, basically pitch him as a grifter, as a fraudster, they
claim that he was flagging channels, which there's no actual proof of that whatsoever.
Which ended up turning into a channel flagging campaign, basically.
Right.
People accusing him, and now he's become kind of accused, and it's how sometimes rumor becomes fact by association.
Well, I mean, if it's tweeted enough. If it's said enough, people just start to believe it, right?
So, but instead of kind of tucking his tail a little bit and sticking to his own thing, he's now come out and attacked the folks at Friday Night Tights.
Yeah, he really should have just let all the dumb channels that have almost no pull whatsoever just talk it out and just stay out of the fray.
Well, part of the reason why is the person involved is Melanie Mack, who worked for him, and
she works for him, right?
I don't know if she still works for him, but I know she did previously.
Yeah, they're friends.
And they're friends. And so he weighed in because apparently Chrissy Mayer, who's on Friday Night Tights, the comedian. She's friends with Melanie Mack, and apparently she kind of has some sort of relationship with her that the Friday Night Tights crew, Gary and Jeremy and everybody, didn't want to really be associated with. So what they did was they basically sidelined Chrissy for a show over this situation, and they addressed it on their channel, and Quartering kind of came out after him today, hardcore, calling him social justice, basically calling them what they, that they are what they hate or what they say that they don't like. So there's now this back and forth between both groups a little bit.
This is them addressing the Chrissy Mayer thing. Here we go.
That you don't know what they're talking about. Okay. You just play dumb. Yeah, we've got to play dumb for a couple of hours to get the money stacked up. Dumb. Okay.
What do you mean play dumb here, Jeremy?
We already are dumb.
I don't want to actually the chat, but those are tangerines. They're not oranges. Okay. You have to search tangerine to get that.
My biggest problem with FNT is they never really get the point, but
it's a little disappointing.
I think that's what people like about it.
That's what happens when there's like 400 people on the panel.
And I will tell the story later on why I hate oranges. It's not because of this situation. It's something else.
I thought you were going to say I hate fruits, and I was going to say, Little Platoon just got here.
Hey.
Wow.
We're just getting started.
Hey, Little Platoon. You came on a great week, pal. How are you?
I'm sorry. I was frantically Googling what the oranges were for before I got here. So
you're not supposed to find out.
Can't they just be for like eating? Because they're really tasty. This is really good.
30-something years on this episode.
It's for when you don't like oranges.
Taste. It's the smell.
I don't want to get scurvy.
Not like them though. I will say.
I thought I had the right time code, but they're just
everybody. I guess we have to address.
Here we go.
There it is.
The elephant in the room. The oranges.
The 400-pound, 2 million subscriber elephant in the room. Is that the word? Is that the elephant?
See, like that's what I'm talking about. Like they come out attacking Jeremy right away, and like who's doing it?
That would be.
Let's go back.
Subscriber elephant in the room.
Who is saying that? Is it Comics Division? Is it one of these no-name people that just grabbed onto Gary and pulled their way to the top? Because I've never even heard of most of these people until Gary showed up.
Well, no,
but they're the ones attacking Jeremy nonstop, dude. And I'm not mad about it. I don't care. I have no point in the But I want to call out hyperbolic activity here, and it's hyperbole when you just immediately attack someone before Gary can even tell the story.
Well, that's the shtick, right? That's kind of what it's a free flowing show, and you got to go back to Friday Night Tights when it was tight, when it was small, when it was just a few Jeremy, Gary, Jeremy, and a few folks, and it is bigger. And people, listen, there's no hiding comments here. People say what they want. It's very free speech, and some people are frustrated with Jeremy.
And I don't know if it's Comics Division or Little Platoon because like they use images on themselves. They don't actually have a camera. They don't have a camera. I can't even tell who's talking.
It didn't sound like Quarter Black Garrett though.
No, it didn't. All right, here we go.
Is that the word? Is that the elephant?
That would be ultimately the cause of all this, wouldn't it?
So the false flagger, allegedly.
Oh, it's J.J. Kerber. Jeremy.
I mean, he only just admitted it publicly and privately that he was going to do it, but he apparently.
So he hates Jeremy, and the thing is, he didn't admit it though. Like this is hyperbole. It is total hyperbole that Jeremy said he flagged someone. They just keep saying it like it's true, and there's no actual proof of this whatsoever. Not that I've seen.
Well, here's the thing. There's not any proof of it, but there is. I don't know if Jeremy's also kind of handled all of the.
He's definitely not handled this well.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's two sides to this story, and like let me be very clear here. We're not taking a side.
We're not taking a side.
We're not in this fight at all.
We're just giving you what we observe here, and what we observe is a lot of allegations that are continually being thrown around. And like the more you throw allegations around, the more people start to just sort of associate people with those allegations.
Right, and we have a tangential relationships with the people involved, so a little bit. So, and we know things behind the scenes about some people. So what we're saying here is, like I was saying, everything's a little bit overblown, hyperbolic, and when you start making comments, people start coming back. But let's hear the explanation for why Chrissy's off.
The internet's just making shit up. So
I thought it was just a massive coincidence that all the people criticizing him got flagged.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
Sure, there's 0.001%.
Okay, but here's the deal.
So
I gotta stop though, because they say, oh, because some people got banned. They said he flagged them. Then why isn't these other people banned that are constantly talking shit? Like if he has the ability to flag someone until their channel's banned, why isn't Cobra's Comics Divisions? Why isn't any of these other people banned? Why isn't their channels?
He wouldn't ban them. Now we do have a comment in the chat here that says he did admit it. They saw the video. I didn't see the video.
Yeah, send me a link to that because I haven't found it.
Did admit it, and listen, there were a couple of videos about him that were very attacky. Like they basically said, things about his wife and things about people. I mean, they were they were going after him.
Yeah, very personal.
If he went to strike those, I wouldn't blame him, honestly. But the fact that he's kind of handled it in an aggressive way,
he really has not handled it well at all. Oh my God!
And he's been there's been this tense relationship between him and the FNT folks for a while as well. So to me, it seemed like behind the scenes, there's been a little bit.
I gotta say, Jeremy has not handled this. Like Jeremy from the Quartering has not handled this well. He should have just stopped talking to these people.
He should have ignored it.
The second a tiny little channel was like, "You got my channel taken down," he should just, if he didn't do it, he should have just ignored him. But instead, here we are. Here, let's finish the explanation.
% of plausible deniability, I guess.
Yeah.
There's an email that nobody's seen yet that apparently has disappeared because you know what I did yesterday, guys? I researched all of this. I made sure I was prepared for this statement to make sure I watched Kino Casino.
You did research before
I did research before I decided to talk about something.
By the way, the only people that we're actually friends with, like that I can call friends with, is Gary and Odin. Everyone else here we know tangentially.
Yes, it's not. I mean, I've talked with Jeremy a few times, but most of the other guys are, in Quarter Black, I think a couple times. But
I've talked to Quarter Black and Ryan a few times, but I wouldn't consider us friendly.
But everybody else, and listen, we're not saying anything bad about anybody on FNT.
We're not.
So, and we're not saying that just because they're on FNT is because they're holding on to. I know you mentioned earlier they're holding on to Gary's.
No, I'm saying Jeremy I wasn't talking about just people here. Like people that are attacking Jeremy are doing so because they think that's what Gary wants them to do.
Right. That's the right answer. So if you're on Friday Night Tights, good for you. I'm glad you guys have a platform. Just saying, it's not. You guys aren't necessarily the problem. There's other people involved.
Yeah.
And find out what the hell's going on. And
trying to beat Ryan Kennel or something, getting all prepared and doing
just
research.
Once. Yeah. Just once.
Did you get a PowerPoint presentation, to kind of help?
Don't pick up the bottle, Gary. You're going to start feeling the sudden urge. Hold up. You're going to start feeling the sudden urge. Don't go back. Bud.
I got my bottle of water here. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. So, Chrissy's not on the show today. I had a talk with Chrissy yesterday about the situation she inserted herself in, whether it was due to ignorance of the situation or not. That's something she's going to have to address on her channel. It is not anything I feel I need to answer for or will answer for. I will say unequivocally, if I could pronounce the word, that I am against false flagging in all of its forms. I'm against even slightly 100%. Hinting at false flagging that can cause more false flagging. I'm against stealing content.
100%.
These are things I don't like. They are antithetical to.
This was the problem with going back to Matt Jarbo, right? And you had the whole. In fact, the Quartering was involved with that incident. Yeah. Quartering called him out for.
The Quartering got Matt Jarbo caught up in that. Yeah, he basically was like
to that drama, and so you don't want to. Here's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be Matt Jarbo in that situation.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to
you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. And what's happening is the quartering.
Never go full Jarbo. Someone said that in the chat earlier.
Listen, don't be a Jarbo on this one. Okay?
Never go full Jarbo.
Never go full Jarbo. There you go. That's great. And listen, Jarbo's paid his price and he's got his own viewpoints and all that good stuff. But Jeremy Moore knows he was on that panel.
Yeah, it was called Kill Stream. He was literally one of the guys on the Kill Stream.
Yes.
That got Jarbo to open up on live stream his YouTube page. He basically bullied him into opening up his page to show his flagging activity and then got him caught.
Yeah. So anyways, you just don't want to be known for that. And so, I think I like what Gary's saying here. Look, and we have this policy, like if you're going to say bad things about us, go ahead. If we don't really care.
This is not real life. We don't care.
Right. And if and we're going to ignore you. And if you become a problem, then we're going to deal with you individually. So it's not going to be listen, here's what we do. We don't do. We don't deal with people in the big social drama room of YouTube. We're going to have a face-to-face, and it's going to be individual.
Yeah. Also, I think it's dirty to try to use YouTube, your overlords, to try to dole out punishment because you're mad about something. That's super filthy.
It's very passive aggressive, and it would be better to you don't want to fight these things out on YouTube. Okay, you need to get personal, and usually all this comes about by a miscommunication. So
99% of the time, miscommunication, right?
And then it gets blown up and. Some people like it. Some creators, they like the drama. So
I think some YouTube creators, they know they can get clicks off of the drama stuff because drama equals clicks. We've never been like that. We'll never be like that. And I think that some YouTube creators that are connected to either one of these parties have utilized drama in the past to get subscribers and views, and will utilize drama in the future to get subscriber and views, which is why when they talk about dramatic stuff and all this horrible things, emotional things, ragey, angry things, I tend to see what they're saying as less likely. I go, because they've profited off of drama in the past. And that's on both sides of this, by the way, guys, not just FMT.
I mean, honestly, look at the views on our shows. They're not thousands and thousands of views because we're not dipping our toe into it. But this was important enough that I thought we should address it. So,
all right, let's let Gary finish.
Everything we do, authenticity and integrity is all we have. And when that is when that is in question, that's a big fucking problem. That's a big problem. Yep. So, again, I spoke to Chrissy yesterday, told her the situation, and she has decided to address it on Sunday on her channel. And I think that's a wise move because it's not something that's going to get addressed here because it would just be a Chrissy roast fest for 4 hours. And it might not be that way anyway.
Well, I think it's a wise move to address it. I think it's a terrible move to wait 3 or 4 days. When
I
you could
agree.
have went on with Camelot because Camelot, I guess, is going to have her on and try to break everything down. And she, whatever. She, I don't know her business. Like maybe she couldn't make it or whatever. But, this is a situation that needs to be addressed as soon as possible. And on the internet, 24, 48 hours is a fucking eternity. And not addressing it ASAP it's just going to make it even worse. But,
I could disagree with that. I think the quartering shouldn't even responded to these people.
No, I think they're talking about Chrissy.
No, I think Chrissy Mayer too shouldn't have gotten involved whatsoever.
Right, but according to them, she inserted herself into it. So maybe she needs to address it just to back out of it. Like my ultimate goal here is I just hope everybody makes up and hopefully things can get back to where people are getting along and that we can just kind of move forward, that the whole, community doesn't have to suffer as a role. I mean, Chrissy is great on Friday Night Tights. She's entertaining and hopefully they can just get past this stuff.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much with the chat here. Like, who are they to demand responses? Like, for real, who? It's a bunch of YouTubers, dude. Guys, YouTubers aren't special. We just take the time to have a hobby and put ourselves on the internet and talk about our experiences and all that. But like, we're nothing special about YouTubers. Okay, let me tell you that right now. Knowing most of the people that's on screen right now, there's nothing special about us. I promise you that. So I agree.
They do work in the game of opinions, more so probably than we do in a lot of
for sure.
So,
for sure. But Chris is right.
If they're going to hold each other accountable, that's up to them.
Chris is right. Who are they to demand responses?
They're talking about their own teammates. So if that's what they want to do, now if they were trying to hold, somebody else accountable, like say they're trying to hold us accountable, it'd be, like, okay, guys, stick to your own business.
I also agree with Inklu here. Like, he says, I'm against the quartering because flagging is against freedom of speech. Yes, if the quartering actually flags someone, screw him. Screw him hard.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it. I mean, unless you're attacking me personally, I think that might be a problem. Like, if you're coming after my wife and kids on stream, that might be something different. If you're trying to if
you're like doxing my family,
you're doxing people. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take you down. But
is flagging okay if you're doxing my kids?
But yes, I think it is in that case, and that's what it exists for.
I think I wouldn't flag. I would just show up at your door
and beat your ass. Probably, right. Yes, absolutely.
It wouldn't be public. It wouldn't be on stream. No one would know about it. You would just get your ass beat.
Right. I think the smartest thing you can do is just walk away from it. Honestly, just ignore it until it gets to the point where you can't ignore it, perhaps. But you should always, I think, in these cases, take the high road. I think you're better off taking the high road and not getting into the mud with other people over these situations.
Also, he said if quartering is also stealing content. If quartering is actually stealing content, that's the dirtbag move. We don't have proof of that yet. You want to send it to us? We got to see it. You said Yellow Flash, the drama queen. I know Yellow Flash. I've known him for a long time. He's a little bit of a drama queen.
But that gets clicks, guys.
But he is a nice guy.
And that's where the clicks come from.
At least he's been nice to me. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been very nice to me, at least on Twitter. So I don't know.
But that's what gets you clicks.
Right.
Does Ryan Cannell get the views he gets if he's not, as animated as he is? I mean, he doesn't. So,
Apparently, Chrissy and Melanie got on Chrissy's live stream. So Chrissy is definitely inside the mess, looks like. Anthony said, looks like Chrissy and Melanie Mack on her channel for 2 hours on Thursday. And Mack was defending Jeremy, and Chrissy gave her a platform to do so. I don't know if Chrissy needs to give Melanie Mack a platform. Melanie Mack has a platform, right?
That's why they're saying that she inserted herself, probably.
Right. Like Melanie Mack has not only does she have her own YouTube channels, but then she also has the Quarter Cast. Like, she can. There's a lot of platforms for Melanie Mack. She doesn't need anyone's help.
Well, now she's writing Chrissy's platform because they're friends. And I think that was, and listen, I'm not going to tell these guys how they got to do their own internal business. They're obviously all a team on the Friday Night Tights team. Right. They're all together on this. So if Gary and Jeremy want to have, if they want to have a series of ground rules on how the people that come on their show, deal with themselves, that's on them. That's their little business, right? They're a little business.
Yeah, and Melanie Mack's main channel is 3 times the size of Chrissy's channel.
So, anyways, my point is, this is their business. If they want to, put Chrissy on the sidelines for a day or two, they're going to have to deal with that, and they're going to have to deal with the response that viewers have on that. So, but what I do know is by addressing this, they do insert themselves into the situation more, which may not be good overall. Who knows?
By the way, Inklu is right about this. And I would say this to Jeremy's face. Quartering overshares his entire life and talks about his wife all the time. He does overshare his personal life too much. He always has. And not on his regular videos, but on his Quartercast, he overshares. He really should. He should share less.
And to be fair, once you're a public person, you're open to public scrutiny.
Yeah. Right.
And if you give, and that goes for all of us who open ourselves up to strangers. If you give enough information, that could come back to bite you in the butt. You got to be careful. You can't trust everybody.
That's true. Bottom line, guys, is We actually don't know if any of the alleged stuff that they say Jeremy did from the quartering, and we don't know why he was gone off in the first place. There's no actual proof of that except for a bunch of hyperbole. If he did, he's wrong. If he flagged people, he's wrong 100%. Bottom line. Like, screw him. We share the same opinions that Gary does. And he's right. Like, freedom of speech is paramount and you shouldn't mess with it. And I'd rather lose, just like he said before, I'd rather lose my channel than be dishonest. Same concept.
And Gary said that, you know, and I think he stands by it. And honestly, we just hope that it gets better, but we'll be watching. We'll keep an eyeball on it, see how things are going. But, you know, we're sending positive energy to both sides. You know, hopefully it gets better, guys.
Yeah, good luck.
Listen, we're better on YouTube when things are.
Well, we're better on YouTube, but I think some channels are better on YouTube when they're fighting.
I'm talking about character better. I'm not talking about views better. Yeah. I'm talking about we're better people.
We're better people.
Right. We're better people when we're not
our
doing
souls are better when we're kind and united.
Yes.
But I tell you what, the views are way better when you're not kind and when you're not united. I guarantee you that.
Consequences. There are consequences for that.
Let me tell you something. One of our biggest videos when we came back from our hiatus was me and Shane basically laying into John Campia because we don't like that guy. And we considered for a moment, should we just have a weekly John Campia segment where we just yell and scream about John Campia? And you know what, guys? It wouldn't be hard because John Campia says stupid things every week. But you know what we did? We didn't do it. After that one honest, authentic video clip, we decided, unless it comes up genuinely and authentically again, we're not going to go looking for things to talk about so we can manufacture clicks and rage. We're not going to do that.
That's such a great explanation because when you watch it, he's not always doing that. You would have to create the rage,
yes,
in order for it to work.
You would have to look for it.
Creating the rage. Now you're part of the problem,
right?
Now you might get the clicks.
Now, if he says something in the future that sets me off, then we'll talk about it. But I'm not going to go looking for it, dude.
Right.
All right.
When it happens, we'll report it.
Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments in the chat. Is this drama interesting to you? Did you literally click to the next video and you're not even hearing my voice right now the second we mention anything about YouTube drama? Because that's usually where I am. The second someone's like, well, this week on YouTube drama. Nope. Let us know in the comments in the chat. Let's talk about it next time.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I'm like, when we decided we were going to do this, I'm like, I don't even know if we want to dip our toes into this at all because it's hard not to, not to take it's not hard not to take a side, but it's hard not to make it seem like you're taking a side when you talk about it. And we don't want to be in that game where we're taking sides, especially because we don't really know enough, I think, about either situation.
Yeah. So we don't know all the details. We don't know if homie flagged people or not. We don't know.
He said he did. According to somebody here, he said he did.
I know. I looked, though, and I couldn't find that. You know, I just like Gary did, I sort of researched this and tried to find information. I didn't find it. If it's out there, it's hidden well.
Well, my feeling was like put a complete bubble away from the quartering. When this stuff started happening and there started this back and forth with him, you know, in my mind, it was like, we just need to like put some space between us and him, even though we're not close. Like, I just didn't want to be engaged at all because I feel like you can get caught up into it quickly.
Right.
And that seems to be happening with Chrissy.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, a lot of these people, we've been really friendly with it, including like Quartering, Odin, obviously Gary, Quarter Black. We've been really friendly with these people. Like, they've been friendly with us for years, bro. So, like, I don't have an opinion because I don't have all the information. But I can tell you this, I agree with Gary. If Jeremy was flagging, screw him. That's wrong. And he should lose his audience.
Well, and here's what we can tell you. Like there is some things, and just because bad things happen doesn't mean people are all bad. You know, the interactions we had with Jeremy, especially several years ago, were very positive. Like as smaller creators, you know, he really went out of his way to help us.
Right.
When he didn't have to.
Nope.
And so, you know, when you characterize somebody like that's the Jeremy of the quartering that we know is a guy who wanted to help smaller creators. So like, that's how I represent him. You know, when I think of Gary, I think of a guy who, you know, is honestly just being himself and genuinely cares about other people.
Yeah.
Like deeply, genuinely gives a shit about you. And so what I see from both sides, like this positive, but then all we get is this nastiness is what's being shown in public. You know, you don't really get to see the private stuff that we see where they seem like good people and they're good people.
A lot of you guys have heard me argue with Odin a lot, but you don't see that Odin and I are really super friendly when we're not on stream. Like, just Odin's a bro. He's a bro.
Yeah, and I can't say that for everybody. I don't know all of these guys, but I can say that specifically. And I think it's funny, we were going to have a segment where we talked about Robert Meyer Burnett and Gary, because this week on X, there were people accusing Robert Meyer Burnett of bad things.
Yeah.
And so we were going to kind of, you know, talk about what we know from behind the scenes, that, you know, these are good guys. And they've been nothing but loyal and good and honest people.
Just good, honest people. Like straight up good, honest people.
Yeah. I mean, not a bad, honestly, just not a bad bone. Right. Sometimes you can take somebody's takes and try to like characterize them as that. But I think the difference is like, even when you disagree with somebody, like we don't have all the same views as Robert Meyer Burnett. We don't have all the same views as Gary, but you know, when you can put all that aside and still be friends, you know, and you can still get along, and you can recognize that just because someone doesn't think the same way you do, doesn't mean they're not a good human.
Right.
You know, and we've done that in today's society, where if you disagree with me, now you're a bad person.
Right.
And that is just not true. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I disagree. So we cannot ever get along as human beings.
It's just not.
It's weird.
Not the truth.
Yeah. Me and Odin disagree on literally every single movie we've ever talked about.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me give you guys a crazy one, right? Everybody knows Matt Jarbo.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody knows Matt Jarbo, right? They hate the guy, right? He's like almost a detestable public human being.
He's a pariah.
nicest dude in private.
Yeah.
Most nicest,
right.
Friendly, genuine human being when you're spending time alone with him.
Right.
So
in private, Matt Jarbo's a really super nice guy.
Is it the public persona of trying to become someone who gets clicks, or is it the person? It's an interesting dichotomy, the world we live in. Now, let me tell you what you get with us. The same thing, private. We're the same people, private and public, because we're not good enough to be public different people. So
yeah, we're not good enough YouTubers to split our personalities. What you see here is what you get in private. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's true though. Matt Jarbo was one of the nicest people at that Comic-Con. Was it Comic-Con?
It was Comic-Con, yeah.
We were at a Comic-Con once.
He didn't know us. We didn't know him.
We didn't even know each other. We were at some Orville thing with
we were at the Orville
with Jeremy from Cobra and Nerdrotic and Gary.
Yeah.
So with Jeremy and with Nerdrotic at an Orville thing, and Matt
Gamers, and then Nerdrotic and Matt Jarbo was there.
And Matt Jarbo was there, and everyone was friendly to each other. Yep. And we were like, let's get some food. And Matt Jarbo was like the nicest person ever, bro. And then like 2 days later, we're looking up Matt Jarbo. We're like, well, everyone hates this guy.
Well, and then you see like his posts, his videos, and you're like, this isn't even the same guy.
He's not even the same person, bro.
Who is this guy?
He's not even the same person. It's like he's doing a character or something.
It's crazy.
He's like the heel in wrestling, right? Is that what it's called? The heel?
He definitely is the heel.
He's
it's
the
like
heel.
He embraced whatever happened to him on that stream.
Yeah, he
And tried to
embraced the
turn it
kill
into
stream and just became the bad guy.
He became the bad guy.
But that's
yeah.
not his real. It's not his real person.
Not his real personality. It was very interesting.
I don't know if we're supposed to say all this stuff, but this is reality, guys.
We're just trying to say that just because someone appears to be, that doesn't mean they're that way privately. I mean, it doesn't. Not always. JC Chappie for $5. Got family duties, so we'll have to tune in afterward. Have a great stream, guys. Hail chat. Oh, thank you, Chappie. You are awesome. Been super supportive all week. We really appreciate you. Also, member for 5 months, Hembry Jeremiah. Harambe. Sorry, man. I need my glasses. Are we going to talk about the new virus they're trying to hype up, even though it's not lethal to humans, to stop the elections?
Hey, what you guys don't know, this is actually Jeremy Hambry from the Quartering. This is his alt account.
Jeremy Hambry from the Quartering.
Because his name is very close to.
Do you think that's all he wants to talk about is the virus? Is he trying to like sidetrack us here?
He's like, stop talking about the flagging. Stop talking about the flagging. We're on to you, Jeremy.
Yeah, we probably will talk about the hantavirus, if not here in the member section.
Yeah, it's not lethal to humans. I guess you can get it from rat feces or whatever.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yeah,
but it is also, it does. Yeah, we could talk about it a little.
I'm not eating rat feces anytime soon.
It is an interesting story, and it is something that, listen, controlling the news cycle is really important to politicians. So
yeah, which we're going to talk about that next with the UFO, because a lot of people believe that that's controlling the news cycle to a degree, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, let's get on to that. By the way, I believe I saw John in the chat. Hey, buddy.
Dude, you're supposed to be wedding crashing, bro.
Yeah, dude, I thought you were doing Wedding Crashers today.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's probably in a break or something.
All right. So I like this one. R&B as a lover, not a fighter. That's true.
100%.
Get it on.
Oh, he's an excellent verbal fighter.
The guy could talk for like 3 hours on like a single topic. I don't know how he does it.
He's talented, bro.
Okay. Let's talk about. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about UFOs, because war.gov/UFO. I want you to know the coolest URL in the history of mankind just hit the internet, you guys. This is from the Department of War, aka the Department of Defense, prior to the Trump administration. The Department of War came out on Twitter and posted this awesome. When I say awesome, like I'm saying in scope, it's sort of like, what the F, right? This is from the Department of War, and we're going to go to the Department of War. We're going to go to war.gov.ufo, which, like I said, coolest URL in the history of URLs. But before, let's read this tweet. I don't know what you want to call it.
This lengthy piece of information.
Yeah. Today, the Department of War announced the initial release of new, never-before-seen files on unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UAP, as part of the Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP Encounters, PURSUE. That's what it's called? PURSUE? Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP Encounters. It's awesome. I love that someone is over in the Trump administration just thinking of the coolest possible acronyms.
What's this one again?
It's PURSUE.
Okay.
Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP Encounters.
Okay.
This interagency effort includes the White House, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, Odini. The department. That would have been way cool if it was Odin. Office. If it was Office of the Director of International Intelligence nationally. The The Department of Energy, DOA, and the Dow's All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, National. Oh God, it's too much. The collection. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's move on. The release follows the direction of President Donald J. Trump to begin the process of identifying and declassifying government files related to UAP. In the interest of total transparency, no other president or administration in history has followed through on this level of UAP transparency. I like how they have to have that section in there where they praise President Trump. You notice that?
Of course, everything does. Everything they do.
Right. The American people can now access the federal government's declassified UAP files instantly. The latest UAP videos, photos, and original source documents from across the entire United States government are all in one place, no clearance required. Okay. While past administrations sought to discredit or dissuade the American people, President Trump is focused on providing the maximum transparency to the public, who can ultimately make up for their own. Oh, goddamn! It's too much work. This is too much to read.
Reading this whole thing is pointless. Let me break it down for you.
It's too much.
Okay, here's what the government has done. Trump said, "I'm going to release the files." He told him, "Hey, listen, release all those UFO files." So the Department of Defense went and found all of the most worthless and pointless UFO files they could possibly find that actually didn't show us shit, and decided to put it on a website.
This one's pretty crazy, though, right?
What's that?
What is this one?
There's like one video that's really kind of weird.
This one looks like an episode, like a frame from an episode of Sliders, dude. Right?
Yeah, but listen, most of it though. Listen, okay, when representatives are like, "Let me tell you something." Where's Tim Burchett at? Let me tell you something. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd be terrified, right? If this is like what they're saying, and they go in these skiffs and they see all these things that are being shown to them. Well, none of that is in these files. Like, the most compelling things you have is a couple of videos like this. You've got some stuff about the moon landings where they apparently saw some lights, and there's a couple of images. But I mean, are you not with me that most of this was just incredibly underwhelming?
Okay, I'm gonna go full screen on this so you can see my face. It's always underwhelming. I have never once seen anything UFO or UAP related that was whelming. It's always been underwhelming. Every single time. I have never been amazed. I have never been shocked. Not once. In following this my entire adult life, I have never clicked on a video and been like, whoa. I've always been like, that's it.
Well, and now the problem is because of AI, we're going to click on something and we're not going to believe it anyways.
Right.
Like, that's the real problem. Like, I'm seeing all kinds of videos every day on X of people posting stuff, and I'm like, is that real? Like, are they? We don't know. And so the problem is until something lands on my front lawn, I'm not so sure I'm going to believe much. Now, if the government tells me this is real, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll believe you. But the problem is, like, none of this is super convincing.
This website, by the way, is awesome.
The what?
The website they came up with is sick.
Well, that's good.
It looks like a website from a video game, right? You know what I mean? Cool. It looks like one of those websites from like Rainbow Six or something, bro. Like, it's a cool looking website.
I think the number one problem is that, Trump says, I'm releasing the documents. Okay. And so we are getting tons of things we've never had before, but none of it feels like the compelling things that lawmakers keep telling us that they haven't showed us yet. Like, where's the compelling stuff that'll make us more believers, or, we'll have more understanding. You know what I'm saying?
And why is so much redacted? Like, Office of Transparency, like everything's redacted, bro.
I mean, I guess there's things like we can't talk about how fast our aircraft go. There could be things on these FLIRs that you can't see the numbers. I could see that. But most of this is caught by, aircraft cameras and things like that. So you're not going to get the color images. What is that thing? Like you keep showing, what is that? Does it say?
Yeah, you're gonna be disappointed. Ready to be underwhelmed. I'm gonna read it to you.
Of course.
Actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitness reports from September 2023.
Okay.
In apparent
So
ellipsoid. Who cares?
No, wait. You know what you just read? It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
Rendered. This is created. Okay, government, listen. Fucking do not give us shit that isn't actually real. This is part of the problem. Like, you can't like make graphics up of UFO stuff. So to me, this almost feels more like a psyop than actual real release of information. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny. Like, the first thing I see on every one of these tweets is like, they're gonna release alien footage to make sure we don't know about the Epstein files.
And people are going to continue saying, I mean, that's never going to go away. You know, every time the news cycle changes, they're going to say it's because of the Epstein files. Some of the interesting things that they showed us is there was military footage of a 90-degree turns, 8-pointed stars. Among the most striking video releases, a 2023 infrared recording from U.S. Central Command showing a UAP flying near the ocean surface off Greece and executing multiple 90-degree turns at approximately 80 miles an hour, which is impossible. A sensor locked on the object with a targeting reticle before eventually losing tracking of it. The one that I think was the most interesting was the one on the moon. And my question is this: why would they have kept that from us? Like, if you look at the images, you know, from the Apollo 17 landing, and they actually have some images of what looks to be like 3 bright points in the distance, and then when you enhance it in, it looks almost like it's maybe a little craft of some sort. My question is this: like why even keep that from us all these years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why bother? If the only reason you're doing it, right, is because you believe it's something, you wouldn't be keeping it from us if you didn't think it was something.
Right.
So for all the people saying, well, you know, that's the cameras from the set when they were doing the pretend moon landing. Well, now we know the moon landings weren't faked. India has proven it, okay, with their images. So what does that leave? It leaves some sort of, you know, natural phenomenon, or it leaves some sort of UFO, right?
So how about this? Steven Spielberg, this is a paid promotion, and Steven Spielberg is paying the U.S. government millions of dollars to market his new Disclosure Day.
No, you know what? That's funny.
I mean, this is coming out like a month before his movie comes out. Feels like marketing to me. If this was coming out from anyone but the U.S. government, I would assume it'd be marketing.
But it's bad. It's bad marketing, because this information, there's the Apollo 17 stuff, which we can show, but it's so underwhelming that it's almost like you're ruining the branding for Disclosure Day, because now nobody's going to want to go watch it because all the disclosure shit's not been any good.
Right.
This is from Apollo 17's moon landing. I mean, yeah, that one as well. So somebody said, "Oh, it's stars in the sky." Well, guys, do you see any other stars besides those 3? I mean, these all look, strange. Some people said it's reflections. What is it reflecting off of? Some people say it's like a flash from a camera or some sort of thing from the camera. It looks. What do you think, Brian?
I think the moon looks fucking terrifying. No, like legitimately. Like I just mentally put myself onto this lifeless rock in the middle of nowhere, and I had an episode in my brain, like a short little micro aneurysm, thinking about how terrifying it would be to be on the freaking moon, bro. I mean, it's just lifeless and dead. There's nothing there. Like, that is terrifying to me.
Dude, imagine being an astronaut.
I am actually afraid right now. Look at these pictures.
Dude, imagine being an astronaut. You make it. You land there. You get out and you're going through your hours. You're going around doing all the things, the scientific things they want you to do. in the back of your mind the whole time, you got to be going, I hope that freaking rocket launches off and gets me off of this thing.
Yeah.
Because, or I'm going to be stuck here forever.
No, yeah, that would be your tomb. You wouldn't even decompose. You would just be a mummy on the moon.
Right.
Dude, like this is like a terrifying place to be. I would not want to be an astronaut. Like, I was having a little bit of a crisis. I'm like, oh God. Oh God. No, this is not. Yeah, imagine being on the moon and you see like random like reflections in the black sky. You'd be like, let's go. I'm leaving. Get a gas stop. We're out of here. I know they want rocks. I don't care. I want to live. Let's go.
I mean, how about release this stuff with some sort of, I guess they don't know. They're anomalous. They don't know what they are. Why hide it all these years? Why?
I like this comment. The top #1 historical event happened just an hour ago. The government acknowledged alien presence on the moon and why we stopped going there.
We didn't stop going there because of an alien presence. We stopped going there because it's too freaking expensive.
Right.
I mean, let me put it this way. There was no bang for our buck. We could keep going back and looking around, but we didn't have the technology to stay. And we certainly didn't have, we had more things to spend money on in the 70s. If you guys recall, the 70s, we had a huge recession. And it would have been impossible to keep going back to the moon.
Like legit though, like what is this random blue thing in the sky? Like that is something interesting. Like I can't explain that. Like,
but there is, there are other possible explanations. I mean, there is, there are weird things that we see coming off of the moon. Some sort of, I don't know if some people call it off gassing or something where things will track across that aren't necessarily alien, but are strange, could be strangely natural. I don't know. Could be some sort of a phenomenon that we just aren't aware of, that we don't know anything about, Got to stop showing that one, dude.
Well, this is actually what's funny. Like, look at, if you copy the image, it turns color. So if you copy the image and paste it in Photoshop, the image will turn color instead of the black and white, which means that when they uploaded it to the website has a black and white filter over the images.
Okay. I mean, did they try that for any other ones, or is somebody just bullshitting us?
Okay, let's find out. Because listen, if the website has a general Java black and white filter over everything, then they've effectively modified every one of these images to make them look cooler. Because that's what black and white does. Black and white makes it look cooler.
To me, it makes it look more basic.
Yep. Okay, let me show you. All right, so there's the image. Right mouse click, open image in new tab. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get.
What?
Yep.
Now, wait a second. So why would they do that?
It's a filter over this. It's a Java filter that turns everything black and white. Let's see.
Can you do it with another image off the website?
Let's find out. Yep, it did it again.
Show us.
That's the image. So here's the image on the website.
Yeah.
Okay. You seen that?
Yeah.
Here's the image opened up without the Java filter.
So that's not a Google AI thing.
No. I don't have any Google AI on my browser.
Okay, well, find one of the really interesting pictures and do it.
Okay, let's find one. You tell me when to stop.
You try. We'll try something with a when you can actually see something.
Okay.
What is that?
Oh, this one right here?
See, this is FLIR. This has to be black and white. Go ahead. Yeah, let's try that one.
No, that is black and white.
Okay, so that's FLIR. It can't. Yeah, let's try.
But it definitely has a filter over it, though, to make it more uniform black and white.
Huh.
Let's find one with a landscape, huh?
Yeah. See, these are all FLIR. I guess that's all. What is that? Yeah.
All right, let's go. This one. I think there's one. Oh, this one. This one looks like it might be FLIR, too. Yeah, it is.
Huh.
So here's the deal. This NASA one from the moon, that's color, okay? It's in color. This one right here, the one you're looking at, that's in color. On the website, it's not in color. It's in this weird black and white filter.
Why would they do that?
Because, and I'll tell you why, it looks cooler. It's marketing. Like, look at this and look at this. There's color in this in this moon photo from however long ago.
Interesting.
So that tells me, just like with this photo, that they've effectively modified every one of those images just to have a cool filter on it.
Okay, but not necessarily each image or changed the content of the image. Although
they put a black and white Java filter over the entire site so that everything's black and white.
Although I totally disagree with what they did here by trying to artistically render someone's story. You know, don't do that. It's hard enough to tell the difference between reality, things we see that are real and not real. You cannot be putting things up that are not real.
Right. Yeah, that's really bad though. That's really bad. Like you should have actually, like, if apparently this is called a composite sketch too. So they didn't hide the file name.
Yeah.
The file name is literally 2024 430 composite sketch. So whoever created their website, put that cool Java filter over there to make it look cool, didn't hide any of the file names whatsoever. So UFO people are going to tear this thing apart. It's going to be a bloodbath.
So what can we believe? What do we need to, what's going to be the ultimate actual disclosure? Do we need to see alien bodies? What is the magic bullet for belief or for reality on this whole situation? What do you think?
I think they've desensitized. God damn, why can't I say this word? I think they've done that to the extreme, to the point where we will no longer believe anything. Not only is AI make everything unbelievable, but also, like, think about it, like, none of this is new. Like, dude, if an alien craft came down and landed on my front lawn and knocked on my door, I'd be like, what's up, man? What can I get you?
No, you'd believe it then. Like, that's what
I might believe it. I'd be like, I pretty much knew you guys were out there somewhere.
Right.
And I know you have a whole story to tell. You're not here to tell it to me. So what do you need? I'm in the middle of work right now. I got bills to pay. What's up? Like, so I've gotten to the point where I've heard every story, seen every possibility. Everyone has told us every realm of belief to unbelief. The world's flat. It's not flat. We're in another dimension. These are extra dimensional. They're from the ocean. They're from outer space. I've heard every theory there is. I've seen no credible proof to any of these things. I've seen nothing but ancillary peripheral images and videos and stories and things that are like someone's account when they were on ayahuasca in the desert. Like, that's all I've ever seen, and for years. So when it gets to the point, if an actual alien legitimately came down in a ship and knocked on my front door, I wouldn't be surprised, and I would care a lot less than I would have 20 years ago.
Right. Okay, so I think the correct answer here is we are aware that something weird is out there. We don't know whether it's alien. No, something weird is out there, 100%. Between the orbs and all the different stuff, something is out there. But whether that's us or an adversary or alien or some sort of natural phenomenon that's always been with us that we weren't aware of,
right?
We are all now aware that something exists on this planet, but we're just not sure what it is. And
in
I
our
think
peripheral, it's all right here. It's right here.
Right.
Nothing is here in 4K. Everything's right here.
Yeah.
And when you go to turn your head, it follows you, and you're like, and you can't see anything. It's just like right. And we've learned to live with this weird thing that's just right out of vision, and to discount the crazy stories from people that get super high on mushrooms. You know what I mean? And like DMT and stuff. And maybe their stories are real, but their stories are mixed into a bunch of whack jobs who are either trying to make money off the community that wants answers, or they're legitimately just crazy.
Well, and then you also have the government who is trying to mix the sauce up and trying to confuse people.
They're trying to profit
You've
off
got
it in some way.
those stories as well. So you do have a very difficult time trying to understand. I do think that if you listen to Burchett and Luna and some of the people who are involved in the government who seem genuinely wanting to get this information out there, they've been behind skiffs, they've seen images, they've heard stories and stuff. They tend to believe it's an interdimensional thing. That's what I keep hearing from them. It's an interdimensional thing where they basically live at the deepest parts of our oceans. And that's, I mean, I know you're laughing, but I know, but God,
what do I do with that, bro?
The reality is
they're interdimensional aliens that live at the bottom of our ocean. Like, okay, so no, let's be real. You know what you just said there in 3 ways? In 3 ways, I can't verify a word you just said.
No.
Interdimensional? I don't know how to verify that. I don't even know what dimensions exist or how I visit them. All we have are theories. At the bottom of our ocean. I can't go to the bottom of the ocean. So, in no way can I verify a word you just said, because everything you said was impossible to prove, impossible to investigate, impossible to refute in any way. That is like the grifter's perfect sentence. If you can say something that is so outlandish that no one can refute it, and then you go, see, they're not refuting it, because we can't.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so this is what the government needs. This is what disclosure actually needs to be. Disclosure actually needs to be someone that we trust, or someone that represents the government appropriately, coming forward and saying, okay, guys, here's the story. Okay, here's what happened. After we dropped the nuclear bombs on Japan in World War II, some unknown entity that we're not completely sure what it is got interested in our nuclear stuff. We had a crash at Roswell in 1947. We've over time found all kinds of ancient artifacts and crafts crashed or buried, and we brought them all to Area 51 to research. Over time, we ended up giving those to like Bigelow and all of the different aircraft aviation private companies so that they could do more research on it. And the government, we've kept it secret all this time. The truth of the matter is we don't know how to use the propulsion. We know the propulsion exists, but we don't know how to make it work. And we've never figured it out. We don't know where it is, where it comes from, or how it is. All we know is it's not our adversaries. They have also some of these types of things. We don't know what to tell you, but this is what we know. And honestly, until they do that, I don't think anybody's going to trust anything.
Right. And here's another problem I have with the reverse engineering theory, right, that the government has. If you gave, what's the most famous person in history that you can think of? Famous person from over 200 years ago.
From past, 200 years past?
Yeah, real person.
Jesus Christ?
No, go further. Leonardo da Vinci. All right, Leonardo da Vinci.
He's sooner, but yeah.
He's sooner than Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
He's like 150 years ago, right?
No, 1500s, yeah.
Okay, whatever. Okay. Leonardo da Vinci, famous artist, inventor, mind, like a beautiful mind, right? That we know of. If we gave him, and I'm not joking, he invented the first flying machine on paper. Yeah. If we gave him a modern day drone and said, here's all the resources in the world and all the time you would ever need, how does that work? Even he would not be able to figure it out.
Yeah. Nobody can. I mean, we don't have the answers. We don't even know how the pyramids were constructed.
What I'm saying is, when people go, oh, we've been reverse engineering alien tech from the 40s. Bro, we wouldn't know what to do with alien tech. We wouldn't know how it works, bro. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know what any of it does. You need steps in technology. There needs to be steps between steps like this. And maybe they can hide some steps from us, sure. But we couldn't just reverse engineer alien tech because we happen to have it in our hands. It would be like magic to us.
Tim Burchett, who was on the Rogan show this week, he's been making the rounds, but he was on Rogan. This is the demonstration he gave. Imagine during Christopher Columbus's time, his Harley Davidson was suddenly dug up. Right?
Harley Davidson?
They would not a Harley Davidson motorcycle.
Like a motorcycle, okay.
Yeah. Imagine if a present day motorcycle just got dug up. They might be able to start it, figure out how to start it, but they would have no idea how to get it, and they wouldn't know how to reverse engineer it.
Right, and
the technology doesn't exist.
And that's even better. That's actually a way better example because that's a combustion engine, which is actually way easier to figure out than like a circuitry of a drone, right?
But there's so many steps removed.
There's so many steps removed, right?
Yeah, and it's possible that this technology is just so many steps ahead of us that we don't have. There's too many missing pieces to be able to make the leap to understand.
There's too much knowledge there, disconnected knowledge there, right?
Right.
Like that's why I love Stargate so much because Sam, who is like Sam Carter, who's one of the smartest people on the planet, right? She doesn't understand everything. She has to be told by the Tok'ra, by the Goa'uld. She has to have an actual Goa'uld infest her so that she can just understand the basics of how to use Goa'uld technology. And she's the smartest one we have. I love how they made that clear. Like, this person is the smartest one we have, and she doesn't understand it. And she won't understand it until these like extreme circumstances force her into a knowledge base that is outside of her current ability, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comment section and in the chat. Yes, I'm saying the lizard lords are on Earth right now, and they're over us. Yes, the lizard people exist. They've existed since the Ice Age. They went underground to escape the Ice Age. Us mammals stayed on the surface, and we eventually took over the planet. And now they're coming out of hibernation like, what the hell, bro? And they're taking over the government. The Solarian hypothesis is real. I don't believe a word of what I just said. I just think it's interesting. All right, moving on.
I think the most interesting part of the whole story, this is the one I really want to know. Is there an underground alien facility in New Mexico or Arizona, wherever it is, where we're working with aliens?
Oh, Area 51?
No, it's not even Area 51. No, it's someplace else.
No, listen, Area 51, that's the sleight of hand. That's the distraction. The real Area 51 is actually Area 55.
No.
Groom Lake, that's the tourist destination.
Old news, bro. Old news.
They're really doing all the alien stuff at Area 55, and Area 51 is just, that's where you go. That's where they want you to be. That's the distraction base.
Got it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
What's interesting is that I have heard that. What I just said sounds ridiculous and funny and comedic. I've literally heard alien enthusiasts say those words, bro. Area 51, bro, that's like the tourist destination. The real place is over here. Okay.
You got the tall whites, you got the short grays, you've got you've got all these different. I mean, dude, the orbs alone are so confusing. They change shape, they reproduce. There's so many things.
That's my problem, though. It's like there's so much crazy mixed into legitimate that there's no way to sort it all out.
It's not even the crazy. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying all the things we've seen are so different. Like just watching videos of
You've
orbs
seen tall grays
changing shape. No, I'm saying like those. You're right, those stories. But I'm just saying like of all the UAP things we've seen, they're all so different. And some of them almost seem alive sometimes. Like it's strange. Like it could be so many different things.
Yeah, listen, I still have that video. Remember I showed it a couple years ago? It's on this channel.
Which video?
The video where I was like 3 a.m. I was going to our old shop.
Oh yeah.
And I looked up and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was saying. It was like
fog or something.
It was like super foggy. It was like so foggy that my car's like internal sensors were like tripping out. It was like beep, 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 beep. collision alert. So I got out of the car and I'm like, just sort of filming the fog and how crazy it is. And when I go up with the camera, I'm telling you, in the clouds, I'm seeing like dancing lights at like 3 a.m, like dancing lights. Someone was like, well, maybe there were spotlights. Why would there be spotlights at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Like, why would there be spotlights? Why would there be so many spotlights just dancing on the cloud cover at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday afternoon? It doesn't make any sense. And I could not figure it out. So I actually tried to drive toward it. And by the time I got close to where I think that those lights would originate from, the lights went away.
Yeah.
And to this day, I have not figured out what that was. I don't know what that is. But you know what? I bet you $1 million and my soul that there is a reasonable explanation for those lights.
Probably. There is for most things. You know, it's like the first time I saw SpaceX. If you've ever watched SpaceX launch its main rocket thing, it looks like a freaking UFO. Like it literally stopped in midair, seemed like, and deployed, and it was this giant cloud. If you look it up online, you can see it. It looks like something amazing is occurring. And I remember the first time I saw it, I grabbed my phone and I'm like recording. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right? Well, it was just something explainable. So, which I'm sure most of it is.
By the way, DJ Skylo says, have you guys heard there's a second Sphinx?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that. And I also heard that like 10 years ago.
I didn't.
And like 15 years ago, I heard there was a second, there was multiple pyramids underneath the pyramids. And here's the problem. I've heard so many things about the Egyptian pyramids and the pyramids at Tulum in South America and all that when there's actually a second Sphinx, an actual location, and real archaeologists put real time into it, I've been so desensitized. Oh, damn, what's wrong with that?
Desensitized, right?
To that world, and all that I don't. It's even if it's real, I'm like, because I've heard all the most mystical, crazy stuff about all the pyramids on the planet. Like, what was the most recent one before this? There's like a whole stairway underneath the pyramids, and they found it with LiDAR or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, so there is something more to this than that, though. This is you hearing about a second Sphinx. I've never heard that, but this Filippo Biondi guy, you know, we're at a precipice here where he's saying there's a 100% chance it's there. He's not even saying it's like 90 or something. He's like 100% chance. And in June, he's going to have some sort of a unveiling of why. So we're going to find out for sure whether or not this guy's a grifter in June. And he's also the same guy who did the scans that under the pyramids that said there were like structures down there. It's what that you're talking about. But this second Sphinx thing is very interesting because it actually, based on some sort of tablets that they have there, something that would indicate that there is a second Sphinx.
Right.
And he says that so people thought they debunked this second Sphinx thing because there was a mound of dirt where he was saying it was. But if you go back to like the 1920s or the 19-teens where there was an image taken, that dirt mound was not there. To which Filippo Biondi said, guys, I didn't say it was under the dirt mound. It's below that. So it's interesting because we're going to find out. So the fact that you're bringing up this is actually very topical, and probably in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 5, I can't remember what day it is. It's maybe Father's Day. I can't remember which day he's doing it. We'll end up talking about this because if he can prove 100%, which he's saying he can prove that it exists, that it's there, we're going to know. And if it is there, then that means there's all kinds of shit below the plateau that we don't know. If it's there, there's tons of things there. Okay. And we just haven't, the Egyptian government won't let us go look.
It's very weird that the Egyptian government just refuses to let us investigate the pyramids. And you're asking yourself, well, there's only 3 reasons why. Why? Ready? They don't want to reveal that there's nothing there, and they gain more from the mysticism than they do from the reality. Or there is something there, and for some reason they're hiding it, and I wonder why that would be. or they're working with the government to hide the Stargate that's underneath the pyramid, and that's what's really going on, and they're talking to the interdimensional beings at the bottom of the ocean. I don't care. But
well,
really,
it's funny you joke about it, But that's all part of the same lore thing. I mean, the whole fact that there's a Stargate is the same thing as all of the rest of this. But the reality is, if they actually finally find something that the Egyptian government allows us to look at, what is the Egyptian government afraid of? They're afraid that what they find will change the narration of their history, that the dynasties won't line up the way that they thought, and the people who actually built the pyramids won't be the ones who built it, and it'll take away from their national identity. That's what they're worried about.
Right.
And hey, could be a thing to be worried about. Right. But the truth needs to be uncovered. And I honestly hope that this Filippo Biondi is right. The truth. I want there to be more to this, because we don't know how the pyramids were built. It's one of the hugest mysteries on our planet, right? If we don't know, I mean, my God, there's a technology that we don't understand, that we can't figure out, right? And I still think they were melting rocks, or there was something that existed back then that did that. So could we recapture that technology? Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
At what point does it all just get so tiresome, right?
None of it. It's fucking fascinating. Right. It never gets tiresome. You want to know why? Because reality is a sad thing to face. And it's much more fun. It's much more fun to live in this what might be land sometimes, because the truth is that the current state of affairs on our planet is not fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. The reality is there's nothing there, and they profit more off of the myth than they do the reality. That's what I hear. Anyways, let's move on. And okay, yes, I want to talk about this so bad. Here we go. Let me just pew it up here. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, where's the Snargle video I sent you?
It's probably not far up from where you...
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Have you ever heard of Spirit Airlines? Well, I want to introduce you to a new airline called Snargle. And then we're going to get into the reality of what's going on with Spirit Airlines, because it is a doozy. Here we go. This is Snargle.
This crazy.
Whoa, where the hell's Brett?
Woo! Sorry I'm late, boys. Flew that new budget airline, Snargle.
Snargle? What the hell happened to you?
Yeah, they overbooked the flight, so I had to do a Snargle cage match for a seat. Let's just say 7-year-old Casey Peters won't be visiting her grandma this weekend.
What are you guys thinking for dinner? I had a Delta in-flight meal, so I'm good.
Yeah, Snargle's in-flight meal was just a big pot of stew they passed back. By the time it made it back to me, it was just corn husks and coyote neck.
What the fuck is Snargle, dude? We hitting the clubs tonight? Maybe find some girls?
Yeah, I kind of met this girl on my layover in Pyongyang.
So.
Pyongyang, North Korea.
We're from L.A. Snargle's coal powered?
Yep. When they run out of coal, they use your checked luggage. Felt bad. One girl checked her dog.
The fuck?
Hey, say what you want, but if it wasn't for that Doberman, we wouldn't have cleared the Rockies.
Oh, I actually watched Dune on the plane.
Snargle has TVs?
Oh, no. Two frogs Duning it on my tray table.
What is Snargle? You get a photo of that?
Yeah, the safety video kept saying, when we crash. And we did. What? Yeah, I left a week ago. Hey, it's all good. They redeemed me 100 Snargle points.
I love you. When we crash. Not if. When we crash.
And we did.
You can use them at any Dave & Buster's in the Tempe area.
No way.
Oh, shit, I gotta check into my Snargle flight tomorrow.
What
is that? Why is that required? It's their version of Face ID.
What?
Daddy White Snargle.
It's voice activated? Looking at the Snargle seat map, why can I book cockpit for an extra $7?
Vegas ain't...
Why can I book cockpit?
Okay. I wanted to share that with you because that's like the general consensus of how Spirit Airlines is, right? Just a hyper budget airline. And I know a lot of the jokes here are sort of not like most people won't understand them or care about them. I don't fly very much, but it's very funny because at some point Spirit Airlines were tossing around the idea of having a section that is ultra budget where people stood up during the flight. Okay. That's a real thing. So
No
Spirit,
seats, standing.
yeah, they're just standing like they're in a train,
Like a bus.
or bus. So what happened was recently Spirit Airlines went bankrupt. Surprise, surprise. And there's all these assets, not just the planes, but like their license to be an airline. And there's a guy out there. His name is.
It ran for 34 years. People probably don't realize it was a 34-year business.
Yeah, it's not. Look, it's a big business, right?
It's not a smudge on the time. Yeah.
Well, so now there's a popular Instagram guy who is like, you know what? Let's buy Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, he flew on it for like 24 hours.
Yeah, so he got popular on YouTube originally for flying on Spirit Airlines for 24 hours, and now he's coming out with this thing. And listen, it sounds like a joke, but it's actually gaining serious traction. And I'll show you the website where they've pledged like millions of dollars to this thing, and even Mark Cuban is responding. So here's a video from Hunter Peterson. Oops, sorry.
CEO of Spirit Airlines. Insane news. Okay, I just got off 2 calls. One with.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to back it up. I apologize. That's the one. That is the one after the first one. Let me show you the first.
If you can show me as well, it'd be awesome.
Oh, my bad, dude. Yeah. Here it is. Okay, here it is.
Idea. Spirit Airlines just went bankrupt, right? I'm the guy that flew Spirit Airlines for 24 hours straight. There's more than 250 million individuals over the age of 18 in the United States. Now, if we took only 20% of them and paid basically the average fare of a Spirit Airlines flight, which is somewhere around $30 to $40, we could buy Spirit Airlines. This is a genius idea. We nationalize Spirit Airlines, owned by the people. Airline's gone. We make a new airline. Let's buy an airline.
Okay.
I should make a Venmo for that.
So that's what I'm gonna cut that off because there's music.
Yeah.
And then he creates a website. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so it's been about 2.5 hours, and y'all are really interested in all of us buying Spirit Airlines. So I made a website. It's called letsbuyspirit.com. Register your intent. I won't take any money. We're not going to use the Venmo anymore. That was kind of a joke.
Yeah. Okay. Originally, he put up a Venmo that got a bunch of money.
Oh my God.
Probably shouldn't have done that. All right, so now let me show you the website, okay? This is the actual website, letsbuyspirit.com. And we're at a whopping, what's the amount? $337 million pledged, audited total.
Wow.
Dude, and it's growing every 24 hours. That number is like effectively doubling.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think the airline's worth that much.
No, I don't think so either.
That's wild. Well, you got to look into why it went bankrupt in the first place, though. So I mean, it's one thing to buy it. It's another thing to be able to afford to keep it going. Super high gas prices are not going to help. All of a sudden now the people who need to fly budget aren't going to, you get, when things become too expensive, the cheap things get crushed,
Well, so I think this guy realized this, and what happened was someone effectively said, "Hey, look, you need more than just a lot of cool pledges from people. You need to have like real money involved in this." And I think
go ahead.
And I think what happened was he was like, "You know what? You're right."
Hey there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was just going to say that they had over $8 billion in debt.
Right.
Which was one of the big problems. And they had a merger. They had merger talks that failed. So they were trying to save it, but they just owed too much money, especially after the pandemic.
Right. So now this is his latest Spirit Airlines things about the buyout exclusively. And there's other creators and influencers jumping on board and pushing this and saying they want to be like the CFO or like and it's becoming a real, like, this is actual like a movement, the Spirit 2.0 movement. Here we go.
Hunter Peterson, potential future CEO of Spirit Airlines. Insane news. Okay, I just got off 2 calls. One with one of the largest law firms in the world that specialize in mergers and acquisitions, aviation, distressed assets, and debt. And they basically said, this is doable. We can do this. I also got off a call with someone that represents high net worth individuals who may be interested in just basically giving us some money to just burn to figure out the legality of this, because in less than a week's time, they are going to auction off the operations certificate for Spirit. We don't have a ton of time, and I need to figure out a way not to raise money. I can't take any money from anyone, but I can take on angel investment from high net worth individuals. So, Mark Cuban, what's up, man? Get in my DMs right now, or any high net worth individual who's like, yeah, I've got $500,000 or $750,000 to just burn.
Right. Okay. So I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You guys go look him up on Instagram if you want. It's hit the hunter. I don't know. Or look up Spirit Air 2.0. That's the easiest way.
You know, and as fun
Anyways,
as all this is,
but Mark Cuban is there. He's actually responding. So he actually, what's the word on Instagram when you repost something? So he saw this and reposted it. So we have to assume that he's in those DMs right now. And he could be in those DMs saying, nah, dog. Or he could be saying, maybe.
Yeah, no, he'll never not take advantage of a good,
good publicity.
Viral moment.
Right.
But here's the thing. So they tried to get a $500 million bailout from the Trump administration, who refused to bail them out. And I'm really grateful of that.
Good.
I don't think the government should be bailing out businesses. They bailed out all the banks when they were doing the wrong thing. And I understand they did it to try to save our country. But we've got to this point now where the government, if you're too big to fail, they assume that the government's always going to bail them out. And so they don't have to make good decisions. So I was really pleased to see, as much as this is all fun and everything, that the government didn't bail out this airline. Listen, if companies need to die in order for new companies to come out of the ashes to become better, more efficient, and better for the average everyday person. That's the way this works. So, even if they can find, and this is fun, perhaps they can find a way to resurrect it. But the reality of what's really going to happen here is at some point, all these assets are going to get bought by somebody like Southwest and or Blue, Air Blue, or whatever the hell it's called. And they're going to have more assets and hopefully be able to offer, and because they are the cheap priced airlines at the moment.
Well, just in case it becomes something, I want you guys to know I'm a founding Patreon of Spirit 2.0.
Yes, you are.
And I showed up the morning the airline went dark and said, we'll build it back. Damn it.
Mark's sent us a picture if you want to share it. It's on, I put it on Slack for you. They sent it to us in X. I thought this was pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of funny because when you think of low budget things, this is pretty funny.
I actually hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. Hold up. Damn it.
I'm sure there's going to be a ton of these. Wine and Spirits Airline. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be
so many things you could take off of it.
Okay. Here we go. Oops, wrong one. There it goes. Yeah, Spirit Hollywood Air.
Halloween Air. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you guys don't know, there's a popular chain store that pops up every October, at least around here, is the Spirit Halloween. And it's basically temporary stores that sell Halloween stuff and costumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's always a joke when a company's going bankrupt to have Spirit take over that company.
Right. They take over the space.
Right.
Right. So we'll be getting some Halloween flights on Spirit Halloween Air. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below or in the chat. Are you going to become a founding member of Spirit 2.0? Click on letsbuyspirit.com today and become, or Spirit Air. Don't go to the other one. I think that's porn. Letsbuyspiritair.com and pledge your share. Become a founding member of the revolution.
Viva la revolution!
Viva la revolution! Oh my God, it's 12:30. Okay, we're gonna be going to the members section here. Let me set it up. I just saw the time. We gotta go to the members section, boys and
Old
girls.
school, man. This is like me and you. It's been a while since me and you did a show. We missed John, but this is kind of throwback to the way we used to do things.
So throwback. Throwback. All right, let me just set this up.
Yeah, go ahead. Also, we are
10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we're going to the members section, guys. Hit the join button because we're going to talk about more stuff. It's even more unhinged. And in the words of our friend John, we're going to get naughty. Freaky naughty in the members section. Freaky naughty.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if in upcoming weeks, we are looking to expand the show a little bit, and we really liked having on our NASA / Artemis 2 expert on a few weeks ago, having that fourth person. Don't be surprised if down the road we end up bringing on a fourth, whatever. Let's say something's happening during that week of, for example, let's say like Mortal Kombat was this week. If somebody from that production was on to do a show with us that day. So don't be surprised if down the road we bring in other YouTubers or other people from different things to kind of come on and just do the show with us, to kind of bring a different element, more information, to keep things spiced up for you guys.
Yeah, spicy up. Got to spice it up and get freaking naughty.
Although they might only come once after visiting with us and realizing these guys are crazy. So.
You guys are nuts. These are bat crap crazy. We are going to be talking about. I did want to talk about this. I want to talk about the final boss of woke identity politics.
Okay.
It's pretty funny, Shane. You're not going to know what I'm talking about, but you're going to see it right now. You're like, what?
Okay.
Let's talk about box office too. How the box office is doing.
We should look at the box office. We should also we can touch on the hantavirus a little bit, just to kind of give you guys an update.
The hantavirus
on what's going on with that. It's like anytime things like this happen, especially after you just had like this huge COVID event, everybody's looking to connect the dots. Mm-hmm. To perhaps this is something that's bigger. Because when you look back at COVID, everybody was telling you, oh, it's not this, it's the wet market, it's this, It's not that. Well, guess what? It ends up being all the things that people thought it was.
It's not from China. Okay. When you say that, it's racist. Like 3 months later, definitely from China. It's not, okay. Just stop. Like, we don't believe you. That's the biggest problem. It's like when your institutions, lie to you for 2 years and say things that are untrue and never follow up, never retract, never explain, like, we thought the masks were super important. Clearly, they're not. We were hoping, like, never really explaining your deception for 2 years straight, just lying to the American people, so the world, lying to the world about things that were untrue because you were too afraid to either offend people or too afraid of what your employers or your bosses or your co-workers would think if you said the right thing instead of the wrong thing, and got people fired, and just the Gestapo nonsense, fascist craziness that happened during COVID. We do not believe you anymore. We don't believe you. And so when the director of the World Health Organization said, okay, you know what? That's the same guy that ended his call the second someone brought up Taiwan, because he didn't want to go against what the Chinese government told him to say. True. The second you realize that, you go, this guy is bought and paid for, either by fear or by money, but he is not a reliable source of information, and his title means nothing.
Fair. Yeah, it's amazing. And so, all of these experiences we've had have now made us even more skeptical about everything that occurs in the world, whether it's, a war in Ukraine or a war in Iran or the latest virus or UFO, UAP information or what's happening with the government. We tend to look at it from a negative I think trust in the government is at an all-time low, at least since they started recording it. So, it's going to continue until the government is more transparent. And I don't know if that's even possible.
I mean, the government currently is super transparent, but there's so much like misinformation being thrown around by the opposition and the acolytes of the opposition. Like, there are acolytes of the opposition party that are constantly throwing in things that confuse and misinterpret and misinform and just muddy the waters, because they are working for the other side that wants the power that the current side has. And it's so pathetic. I've never said, 10 years ago, I would never have said I hate someone, because I don't hate people. But there are people online, influencers, that I think I hate. Like I hate them, and if they died, I wouldn't cry about it, because they're doing everything they can to divide and demoralize and confuse people for profit. And that is so dirty. That's traitorous. That is traitorous Judas shit, and you should die for it. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm saying that when it happens, because you will get yours, that I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to celebrate it, but I'm not going to cry about it, because you've betrayed your people. You betrayed your country. You betrayed humanity by selling your soul to people that would do anything for power. And you purposely go out of your way to say and post things that confuse and divide and demoralize the American people. And you, just like any traitor that did that, should face a firing squad at some point. But that's not up to me.
Listen, that's a story that's as old as time, brother. It's a human condition. Those who seek power and achieve some level of it will almost do anything to maintain it. And it's you can go back all the way to the beginning. It's part of who we are. And depending on, no matter how transparent the government tries to be, there will always be a group of people who look at that transparency and say, what are they trying to redirect us from? Mm-hmm. And you're always going to have that group. And you know what the big thing that we need to solve here is, how do we take this new wonderful communication tool that's brought the entire globe together? How do we take this communication tool that is inherently divisive in the way that it's used, and somehow elevate humanity as a result, or despite this new tool that we have? Because it is dividing us, because now that we all have opinions without consequences, we say whatever we want. And it's really a very interesting problem that we have.
I'm glad that Elon bought Twitter so that those people can be called out. What I don't like is that the algorithm is seemingly in control of everything. So that's on Twitter, and Facebook, on YouTube, like, the algorithm is designed, and this is a capitalist thing, like, well, we want you to see what gets you to stay on the page. And I get that. But that means that one account will see the replies to some idiot or some insane thing where they're correcting the record, or they're challenging their assertions. When another account, who thinks differently because they want them to stay on the page, will see everyone agreeing with that person. And you're not seeing a real representation of society or what's happening. You're not seeing real comments, what's actually most popular or not popular. You're seeing a curated feed of what they think you want to see to get you to stay on their page. It's misleading. And while I love that we can refute those people and there's community notes, and look, Twitter's way better than it was before, it still is not really free, because we're inadvertently shadow banning some people. Like, we're putting some people in their own servers, and they're being separated from others so that they stay on the page. Anyways, we got to go. We'll talk about more about this in the members section. Shane, you got 30 seconds.
Great. Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming out this week like you do every week. Please join us in the member section if you haven't already thought to. Please grab something from Mixed Teas if you get a chance. But we just really appreciate you guys coming out here every single week. The same guys who are always supporting us and pushing things. Also, you guys helping us on Twitter. It's been fantastic. Or X, I guess. We just appreciate you guys and hope to come back next week.
See you in the member section. Hit the join button, bottom left. Love you guys. Freaky naughty! Be kind. Rewind.
Where did that come from? That was good.